Hello, everybody. I didn't even have my microphone on. Okay. Hello. Oh, let me fix this. Let me get myself together. Hello. Happy Sunday. Take this music off. I got to get coordinated with all this stuff. It's too much to do. Okay. Happy Sunday. Ginger Snaps made an appearance. She was cutting up last night. I don't know what the hell was wrong with her. So I had to have a good little talk with Ginger Snaps to behave herself today. But she is here. And we on straight. We good here. Okay. Hello to everybody here in the chat. Daria, Rashonda, Queen, Greta, Kendall. Hello. Matthew. Hey, you know something, Matthew? I'm gonna have a talk with this old Candy. She started this old Inga Binga stuff, and then she got everybody saying that daggone thing. Okay, I'm gonna have to have a conversation with her. All right. Okay, let me bring up some friends so I can hey Tamika, hope you're enjoying your vacation, girl. Let me bring up some friends so that we can get started with this craziness of this show. Okay. All right. So, hey, Miss Kira,
Hey,
how you doing? How you
I'm
doing?
good. Happy Sunday.
Yeah, same to you. Happy Sunday. Hey, Candy, how
Hey,
you
Bingo
doing?
Bingo.
Yeah, see, I'm about to have a conversation with you. You done started that, and then you got the people in the chat saying it. You know what I'm saying? Let's see.
Hey,
We got
Kira.
Aries.
Hey,
What's up,
hey.
Inga Binga?
See what I'm saying? See what I'm
That
saying?
should be your Cash App name or
Yeah,
something.
you know something. I might have to create some daggone t-shirts and sell the t-shirts or something.
There
For
you
You
go.
know
real.
what I'm
The
Merch.
saying?
merch is on the
I may
way.
have to have a merch page. You ain't never lying.
Bingo
And then
Bingo.
that's right. And then I got my number one homegirl, Moochie.
Moochie in the
The
Is
building.
she
hammer.
here? She'll jump
Hey.
in. Wait a minute. Let me see.
It's hammer
Moochie.
time.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay, it was on the mute
What's
thing.
up,
Yeah,
y'all?
hey,
What's
how you doing?
up?
Hey.
I'm all right.
Yeah, hey, Lemon Kush, Monique Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Derry. We got everybody up in here. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So we got a little party going. We just ain't got no drinks and no hors d'oeuvres,
Ooh,
Right?
no hors d'oeuvres.
no appetizers. That's right. Yeah. Oh, let me put my phone on silent here so it don't ring. Okay. Y'all, this has been a crazy show, a mini series. Oh, I was talking to Moochie about it yesterday. This thing is crazy.
Y'all, this was crazy.
A friend of the family, a mini series on Peacock, and
Mm-mm-mm.
if anybody hadn't seen it, just take the time to go see it and even watch the documentaries. This is a documentary on Peacock
Yes.
and it's one on
Mm-hmm.
Netflix.
Mm,
Yes.
mm-hmm.
This story is so crazy. when I first saw it, just I'm sitting here working, I'm scrolling through the Peacock thing, the app, and I text Candy, "Have you seen this thing or have you heard about this thing?" And I didn't know it came out in 2022. I thought it was new, something brand new. But I said, Candy, I said, we gonna have to talk about this thing. And I could not stop watching. That was like supposed to be working, and I'm all into my screen like that, my iPad like this. I could not stop watching it. It just I couldn't. I said this cannot. I said this. I don't believe. I said this can't be real. But it's documentaries out there, and there's a whole lot of I started going in deep dive and going into a rabbit hole. I started going in, and I found out, the whole case and the whole thing. I just couldn't believe that this would happen. But then as me and Candy was talking one day on the phone, it was like, there's a lot of people out here, the sick people and a lot of cults. So it could happen probably to anybody. I'm just trying to picture myself. What could it happen to me and my family? And knowing that my family, I just don't see it happening, but I don't know.
They were Mormons too, though. Mormons are a little different.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah.
But what I was tripping off of, y'all,
naive. Too much naive.
Yeah.
Too naive.
Yeah. Go ahead, Aries.
I was saying, like, I was thinking too, like, okay, they're Mormon, they're sheltered and naive, but it seemed like everybody but this family was on to Mr. B, because they said they had a whole school assembly about it, and like the cops was looking at them like they was crazy. So it was this family in particular that was just like a little on the touch side. And the whole time that I was watching it, I was like, man, this just should be named Ain't No Way. Because everything happening got me saying, ain't no way.
Okay. And I kept saying, and I kept saying, this wouldn't happen no black folk. But then I had to change that statement because I said, black people go through cults and go through crazy stuff too. But this was just unreal, and I know every day, unfortunately, in a real serious thing, people get snatched up, predators out there of all races, all everybody. So I know, I don't want to make light of the real thing because it was sick, but I gotta kind of make fun of it because it's just so crazy.
Gotta laugh to keep from crying.
Yeah, it's just unreal. It's unreal. And oh my God, I wanted to strangle every. You know how I always talk about want to throw somebody in the furnace. I wanted to throw the mom and the daddy in the furnace, even though they're victims. But I wanted to throw even though they're victims, I still wanted to throw the mom and daddy in the furnace because I just felt like they could still, I mean, but that would be wrong. Hey, Brillo, that would be wrong if I do it because people might say, "Oh, but they was really victims." I'm not gonna do no video throwing them in the furnace, but
they need to go because they contributed to the problem too. The daddy first, and the mom,
big time.
The daddy was first.
Yes. The daddy and Brillo. Even though this is a real true story and these people were victims, but they were so dumb, naive. It just almost like what's going on here? It's like where they, and it's a shame that this going on right now while we sitting here running our mouth. Some crazy stuff like this going on in the world in some state, in some city, some town right now. It's crazy.
Somebody plotting on somebody.
Right. Let me see what I got here. So it's called A Friend of the Family, and these are the act. The daddy is played by Colin. Damn, I just had his name. Hanks, Tom Hanks' son. Tom Hanks' son, his name is Colin. He did a phenomenal job. I've seen him act in other things, so I know he's a great actor. He looks just like his daddy too, and but he did a phenomenal job. He really did, and this was just sick. And you just don't never know who you have in your who you bring. You got to be careful who you bring around your children.
Right.
He was like a master manipulator.
Right.
He groomed the kids and the parents.
Mastermind. It's been what, 2 years?
This whole thing was
planned. It's like 2 years for him to do that.
Yeah.
Groomed the parents and the kids. Very particular and meticulous about everything he did. He planned everything out to a T, and
right,
it was crazy. And that wife of his, she needs to go in the furnace too. We can go ahead and throw her
Oh
in
no,
there.
she in the furnace.
Yeah,
She
this
is
this is the
ashes
real
already.
this the real life lady, and this is her
Mhm.
story. Her name is Jan, and this is the this a documentary too on Peacock, and this is the real life lady about her. I just wanted to get a picture of her up there. I have some pictures of both the real people and the characters, because just so we can compare them too. I didn't get a whole lot because it's 9 episodes, and I didn't want to have we'd be sitting up here with 1,000 slides. So I just kind of got like a little bit at the beginning, just like a synopsis, and then we can kind of just run with it after that. So this is her, and so I just said this is the story for anybody who had not seen it. Is a drama about pedophilia, kidnapping, and grooming, and definitely it's grooming. All of that. It's just the whole thing. I mean, I agree with this. So it started in the 70s. Jan was 12 years old. She was groomed, kidnapped, abused by this neighbor who lived like down the street, across the street, whatever, around the corner. His name was B. Birchtold in a small town in Idaho. And I said, oh, I mean, so Jan was kidnapped, and she was not kidnapped just once, but twice, y'all.
Twice.
And by the second time, she really was not far gone. Yeah, I mean, she actually left on her own. Yeah, she ran away on her own by that second time. And the parents was named Bob and Mary Ann, and they both had sexual relations with this man.
The mama and the daddy, Brillo. The daddy too. I just really want Brillo to check this out, because he gonna
the daddy reached over in the car and gave him a job.
Lord.
Okay.
With the left hand.
But a hand job. Yeah. Not the mouth game, but the hand job. Either way, it still was gross and bad all the way around. The whole thing was terrible. And
how did he make that man do that?
Hey,
I've been like, sir, you can do this all by yourself.
The fact that the daddy sped up with that thing, I was like,
When B started moaning and groaning, I said, no, it's time to stop, Mr. Birchtold. Just stop.
Daddy
This is not fair.
They used this to blackmail this man, to blackmail the family.
Yeah,
they did.
So he knew what he was doing. This whole thing was a mastermind.
Yeah.
Moochie, you still there?
Planning.
Yeah, he planned to isolate that girl.
Yeah, I wanted to hear what Moochie said. Go ahead.
I said he planned to isolate that girl from the beginning, from the moment he met them. And I'm thinking they just moved to that town.
Yes.
That's why he was able to he was like on them like that.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So and this is the real life guy. This is the real life creep, and the little girl Jan. And this is what, and look at, I mean, now you would think this is probably just looking at it, not paying no attention. You probably saw, they at the beach or on the lake at the boat, whatever. And you probably didn't think nothing of it, but all along he knew what he was doing. This old creep, and
like, you see how he was calling her out when she was trying to sing, Inga, like, oh, what's that you're singing, Jan? Like, why you got a whole nickname for this little
he
girl?
singled her out, but not none of the other kids. I wonder why the other girls, he didn't single them out. He didn't include them.
Singled her out.
It was just her.
Yeah.
He didn't even
and
spend
he was
time
always
with
loving on the mama.
I felt like the parents should have said something from there that seemed weird.
Right.
Singling out her and all of this, it was just weird to me.
Yeah, how are you doing stuff for her and not your own kids? I'm like,
and look, it said he would take Jan and her younger sisters, Karen and Susan, to school. He would even they would even sleep over. Mm-hmm. He was like a second dad to them. And you're right, they was Mormons, Church of Jesus Christ, Latter-day Saints.
Latter-day Saints.
I mean, I don't want to get into the religious thing, because that's a whole nother conversation, and we ain't trying to get all our pages taken down. So I ain't even gonna get into that conversation.
That's all right. They got plenty of the documentaries on Netflix.
They got plenty of it. And this is also the real life family. So this is Bob, and that's Mary Ann, and this is Jan up in the top up here in the left hand. That's my left hand side, and there's Karen, and I forgot which one is Karen and Susan, but this is the real family. And I don't know. So now this is the TV family, and Jan is there in the middle, and it was just, and it's a mess. So I just wanted to do the comparison side by side. this is how it looked, and it's like, see, you would think it's not that big of a deal. You know what I'm saying? Like you have a
You're
friend
friends
who
of the
comes
family.
over, and a friend of the family. Everybody got friends of the family
Mm-hmm.
who come over. And you grew up with them. You barbecue with them. Go to vacations. You friends with the kid. That other person's kid. I wouldn't, so it's man, because my mother and father used to have friends all the time, and I would play with their kids all the time. It was a normal thing. So I think that's why the neighborhood. I think that's why everybody in the neighborhood didn't think nothing about it. They didn't. They thought that these people were. Remember that everybody in the neighborhood and the church turned on these people. How
Right.
could you? How could you do this to him? How could you? They thought that they was wrong.
Yeah. Well,
And
they were wrong because they told them their business. I would have never told the pastor and the board what I
Right.
did in what happened to my child. But I mean, you're part of the reason why it happened because you allowed this man to manipulate you with your childhood trauma, or not your trauma, but something that happened to you in your childhood. You told him a story and he used it against you within the next 10 minutes. Like he did that repeatedly to them, to the mother, and they let it happen. That's all I can say.
right. And look at this: at 12 years old, she's sleeping in the bed. 30 years her senior. And this is she hadn't even disappeared yet at the time, and she's sleeping in the bed.
They talking about that was his therapy.
Yeah, talking about he was on top of the covers. I don't care.
And you know what was making me so mad, y'all, is when everybody was putting the blame on what was Jan them last name? I forgot. The Virgins.
Dang, I just had it too.
Brobergs,
Broberg. Yeah, Broberg. And he was
why
so
was putting everything on them? Like, why would you guys allow them if you knew that he had this type of diagnosis? Like, no, he need to take some
And what about the
accountability.
wife? Because the wife said the same
there
thing.
she go. They go Gail. They go Gail. She was in on
Really
it too. I think
smackable.
she was part of the. I think he groomed her at a young age.
He
I
did.
think so too.
I think he
I was
groomed
thinking
her
that too.
and kept getting her pregnant. She about 5 kids with him.
Yep.
Yeah, she I was trying to find pictures of the real life woman, but I couldn't find her face. But if I was in her I'd be in hiding. I would never show my
Right. That's
face.
probably why you couldn't
Change
find
my
her.
name. Yep.
Yeah, changed my name and everything. And the poor children, he was never spending time with his
He
own
was
kids.
so cold to them kids.
He never was. Yeah, he was cold to his boys. He was not, and he had a little baby girl. But the boys, he never spent time with them. He never spent time with them. I mean, yeah, she
Telling
was.
the wife she was ugly.
Yeah. He might as well have told her she was ugly.
Get Marianne to show you how to be sexy and dress how to dress.
Attractive to me. And then he gonna tell the husband, your wife, her legs. She got some nice legs. What?
Right.
No.
Yeah,
Why
I mean,
would
Bob Broberg, he kind of took back a little bit, but then he didn't do nothing about it. He just like, oh, okay, yeah, I guess she do have nice legs. He was like, huh, at first, but
right.
I don't know. Yeah,
You need to be changed.
Is it me or
and now I'm knowing why didn't like David from The Apples Never Fall, because it was
Moochie
him.
told
It
me
was
that was
his
him. I said,
guy.
yeah, okay.
That's the same guy. But I was gonna say, is it me or do you think they was too passive with a lot of things?
Very passive.
No, it ain't just you. They were very
crossed the line a lot to me. Where like, nah, you wouldn't be doing this with my daughter. No.
Mm-hmm.
This is
the daddy did try when that first horseback incident came up. Like the daddy was trying to put his foot down, but B drove a wedge by getting in good with the wife. He was buttering her biscuits.
That's the real Bob on that side.
Yeah.
And that's, I do got something here. Okay, so this when they first
when it first started, it started like
I got
years later.
So this is when they first met on this episode 1. They first met, and they walked down the street like the Brady Bunch. They was all together, go down to their house. It was very innocent. It's like you going to meet some friends and have, and they sitting there at church and they were spending. So this was all like over time, probably months, years. This is, see, they hanging out,
it was 2
years. Having lunch together.
It was like 2 years before everything began.
Yes, he was grooming them for a while. All of this was building up. Look, he taking her to get ice cream cones, and he brought her to his job, and she hanging out, and she said that this was my best friend. She said her dad doesn't don't do
You're not
things for
supposed to
her.
have no adult best friends as a child.
Okay.
Right.
And I
But
know
see,
this the early 70s. I think it said it was like 1974. I told Candy, I said I'm probably about 4 years old. So I wouldn't have known none of this kind of stuff was going on.
Nope.
You know. So no, you're not supposed to have no adult best friend like that. And I don't even care if it was 1974. It still was creepy. I don't think my parents would have
right.
ever allowed that. Not sleeping over nobody's house. If I'm asleep over the house, we with the children like a sleepover. Not
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
climbing in the
she
bed
was
with
with
the
the kids
man.
though. They like all slept together on the trampoline with his kids, and she was there too. But
But
he
he was
still
out there
assaulted
too.
her.
But that was his way of working it in,
Right.
where it seemed normal.
And he would give
That's
her
the
those
grooming
allergy
process.
pills.
You don't know
Those
what's happening.
Oh man, it was and see right
yeah.
here,
And then
this one Bob started. You see how he peeking over because he came in because they both of them named Bob, so they actually called the other one B. So when B came in with Jan, the wife jumps up, Mary Ann hugs him, and by this time Bob, this was like probably a year or two or whatever had passed. So he was getting irritated that he was spending so much time with his family. And he was starting to try to put his foot down, but Mary Ann kept letting this guy come around, you know. And then he
but
was like, "Oh no, he said I wanted to take her it was after this scene. He said I want to take her a horseback ride." And he said, "No, we're going to do a puzzle tonight. We're going to all stay together as a family and do a puzzle." I fell out laughing when they said the puzzle.
yeah, but do you remember when he changed that tire for them
Oh, yes.
and Marianne came out with the drink? She gave Mr. B the drink with a smile first, and then she gave it to her husband. No,
Yes.
ma'am, that was not right. You know, that's no. I was like, red flag. No, ma'am. You too
Right.
happy to see this little raggedy behind man.
Yeah,
You know,
I mean,
yeah, your husband might be
you can see
bald.
the look on his face. He was starting to get irritated by this time, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Right.
because the man he
yeah,
felt that he was coming over too much. He was spending too much time, and he was like, "Look, I'm the." And he told Marianne, "I'm the How can I be the leader of this house if you keep doing things behind my back?" You
yeah.
I
know,
thought he was so soft right here. Like
he
he
He was
was.
too
Yeah,
like he was
soft.
he
spineless.
was. Look, they were
Like you don't
soft
even
all the
know how
way for
to
a long
assert
time. They were soft.
Yeah.
stuff in your own home.
He should have
I
took
just
her in the
I
car
just
and
think
gave
he
her a
being
good
soft.
Yes, Marianne worked my damn nerves too.
He
Yes,
was a
yes,
little
yes,
man.
yes.
yeah.
hmm It was just a mess, and here he was. He had already sold his furniture store, and he was heading to the bank. He came home to get some stuff, and Gail was like, "Well, what are you doing home?" She feeding the baby because he don't come home probably in the middle of the day, and then he made a quick little sandwich. He goes and throws some clothes because he knew he was going to kidnap. At this point,
Yes.
this was the plan.
But
This
he had
was
told his business.
everything was all built up. Now he said, "Okay, this is a good time. This one I'm gonna grab her at this point." So he sold his
And working
business.
on that RV too.
He went to the
Mhm.
bank. He cashed a check for what was it, $27,208.43. That business
Yeah.
must not have been worth all that much for 27,000. I guess that was
Right.
Remember, this was the
but that was
70s.
1974.
That
So
was like
It probably was a
1974.
short
That was a
sale.
lot
it
of
was. It
money.
was a lot of money at that time. Yeah, because even
Yeah,
the
it
guy at the
probably was
bank
a quick
said,
sale
"Wow,"
though.
you
He
know.
probably got the first offer that he got. That he probably took the first offer they gave him.
Yeah, but it
Yeah.
still was a lot of money if somebody gave you $20,000 in 1974. That was a lot of money. So
Yeah.
you probably was kind of well off, for that time.
Yeah.
But look how he whispered in Marianne ear. This was like through the window.
Mm-hmm.
He was whispering through her ear. And see, this when Bob came home and he looked around and he saw his other girls, but he ain't see Jan. And he had already told B,
No.
no, she cannot go horseback riding. We're gonna have dinner and spend together the family, do the puzzle. Marianne caved in because she done got a little. He probably done whispered in her ear that he
He
gonna.
probably rubbing her booty.
Yeah,
Right.
and see
He was
they
doing more
hadn't
than
had
that.
sex at the time, but he was telling her all the
No.
stuff that he
Wait,
wanted,
you
and
forgot.
she was probably getting hot and heavy.
Yeah.
Remember the
Mm-hmm.
father.
He probably still know her. We couldn't see it, but I'm sure he was.
Remember,
Which is
Bob came home with a new trick. Remember, he was going
Oh,
down.
right.
Okay, that
mm,
and look, she know where he learning it from, just because of his
Mm-hmm.
actions. I
oh
don't think they
yes,
demonstrated
yes, yes,
that at
yes,
this
Yeah.
yes,
point.
yes.
When you
Yes,
hear
He
right,
that,
went
I
yeah.
down.
don't think they
Because
did
when he
anything
went
yet, but he was
downtown on her,
learning
he had never
playing.
did that
Yeah.
before.
Yeah, the
Mm-hmm.
face in the face.
Right.
hmm
He was facing the
Sharing
face.
Oh, she
all
was
their
happy as
personal
all get out too.
business.
She was
Yeah.
yeah.
But that was the manipulation part, like telling a personal
Yes.
bedroom business. Like, I mean, in a regular relationship, that probably would be okay if y'all, talk about certain things. But this was like a manipulation tactic from
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like
both
he put the
both
wife up to
top
ask
parties.
her
Be in
question
his wife.
and then have the wife run it back.
Yeah, yeah. Be in his wife. Yes, yes.
And then so he takes
It was crazy.
he did so he picked Jan up from the piano lesson, took her in the car. She thinks she going horseback riding. He gave her some Benadryl or something or knock her out. And
Mm-hmm.
Sleeping pill.
some
Yeah.
sleeping pills, but she think it was allergy pills, and she taking them, and she knocked out. And when she woke up in this minivan or this Winnebago,
RV.
yeah,
Mhm.
RV, she was strapped to the bed, her feet and her hands, and it just recording female companion, female
Female
companion.
companion.
That's
Female
right,
companion.
and that's why she thought aliens was there because he told her
Mm-hmm.
there's some I forgot what the names was. Now I didn't even write it down, but some
Zeta and Zeta or
Zeta and
something.
something.
Zeta
Yeah.
and Jethro or something like that.
Yeah.
That's what it was. Zeta,
Yeah.
yeah. And
But he
she
planted
believed
that
that.
seed early on, though,
Yes,
about the
Yeah,
Candy,
aliens.
on
remember
that
when the
first
father was
night.
saying, "I wish you would stop obsessing
Yep.
over these UFOs."
Yep.
Yes,
Yep.
yeah, because actually he met her when she was like 8, so it's been going on
Yep.
for a long time.
But
Hmm.
he planted that early on. But Jan ass knows it because she would have never heard that story had she been in that room practicing that song like she's supposed to be. But she come out the
Right.
room listening.
Yeah.
She always ear
Just
hustling.
get it and stuff. Mhm.
Yeah.
He was like,
Um.
Jan, did you ever hear anything like that? When he first told that first story, he was
Mm-hmm.
like, yeah, I'm about to use it on you.
Yep. I'm about to use it now. That
And
Mm-hmm.
was
he
crazy.
kept he took her away and then took her all the way to Mexico and he tried to he stole well I think I missed a part. He stole the birth certificate, right? Yeah,
Yes.
so he could get a
Mhm.
marriage license and marry her, right? And I mean this thing was just it just kept going on and on and on. I ain't really getting no more slides past that because it's just a lot to keep getting a whole bunch of slides. But it was when he got to Mexico and he was down there. How long y'all think he was in Mexico with her? They were gone about
Probably
6
like
weeks,
a
right?
He was. I
a
I
thought
was
he was
about to
month.
there
say
two
like a
months.
month. It seemed like
I
two,
thought he
yeah,
was
Yeah, I
like
there
think it
about
was.
like
2 months.
Yeah, I
They
think
only
it
gone
was.
like 37 days or something like that.
Yeah.
The
Mhm.
first time. Yeah, they was gone like 37 or 38 days.
Ooh, ain't no way, y'all.
Mm-mm.
mm,
Yeah,
Ain't no way.
yeah,
this dude thought he
That
was
wife would have been,
yeah.
I'm telling
a
you, I
six
would have had to
million
do
dollar
something because
man.
something.
You heard me?
Yeah,
What'd you say,
something.
Moochie?
I said he thought he was the $6 million man. He really
Okay, he
did.
thought he
Child.
he was
That's
just
what he was
out.
trying to pass himself off as to this little girl. Was he like
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
a
Mm-hmm.
The
secret
fact that
agent
she
and all of
believed
that
Oh, and
nonsense?
he told her that if she don't have the baby and all this kind of stuff, that
and get
her
married.
sister was gonna go blind
Mhm.
and
Mm-hmm.
The dogs was
and not
gonna
to
get bit.
and don't touch your real father. Don't touch
Yep.
him. Like
And don't
don't be in
talk
his
to any
presence. Don't
boy.
be
You could be
alone with him.
vaporized.
Mm-hmm.
You
Right,
could
you
be
gonna
He was
get
wowing.
vaporized.
Yep.
vaporized and just with the little sister Susan gonna go blind and all this kind of stuff. It was
I
on
don't
and
know how
on.
she believed that for so long though. I think she was like 9
Right.
or 10, but by the time we got to 13, my 13-year-old would be like, "Yeah, absolutely not, sir."
Sally,
Like,
But then
yes,
the
it's a
story
You know
true
why
changed.
though?
story.
You know,
The
a
story
lot of them don't
changed.
watch TV. You know,
Well, yeah,
remember
yeah.
the year she
that's
got the
true.
TV,
Sally,
everything
this is the
changed.
real family right here. This the real people. It's a
Remember
That's
when
true
he
true.
gave
story.
her the little TV?
Yeah, he did.
That's when
But
everything
that's the
changed.
second time. Mhm.
Yeah.
I mean, it just okay when
Story
she
changed. The older she got, the story changed because. Go ahead.
oh no, go ahead. Say as the older she got, the story changed. Is she what? What you was gonna say?
Yeah, the story changed about what was going to happen to the baby sister. Like if Jane couldn't do it, the sister would do it.
Right.
But her
Yeah.
body couldn't take it because she was so young. She would die. She couldn't carry a kid. Like he made it worse the older she got. Like he didn't have
Yeah.
anything with her until she was 16 maybe. But he planted that seed in her head the entire time, and it got worse. Things changed as far as the time. Because when times change, things change. The story
Yeah,
changed.
that's
It
true.
got worse.
He
And
was
you know
moving the
something? The only
goalposts.
the one person who knew it was
Yeah.
wrong, but he didn't really do nothing about it. That's the brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, that boy was
B's brother. He knew it was
crafty.
wrong, but he didn't want to get involved, you know. And
Right.
then mama was crazy. She said, "Oh, isn't this a cute little girl?" And this by this time, Jan is probably 14 or something at this point.
Yeah.
And the mother should have been like, well, who's this child? And where she
Whose
come from?
child is
Where's her
this?
parents?
Where's their
She didn't ask
parents?
no
Yeah.
questions. The mother was
Mhm.
just ditzy. His mother. I'm glad we ain't really get to see much of her because she was ditzy.
Now that's the second time she ran away.
That was the
Well, he
second time.
took her.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that was the
Well,
second
he had
time.
already had slept with the mother at that time.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, y'all. He slept with the mother. The mother went over to the Winnebago RV thing and they slept together. Oh, and when she told her
She was
husband,
going to meet him on the regular though.
Yeah,
Right.
she
yeah,
was.
she was bringing him sandwiches and all kinds of
Right.
Yeah.
stuff.
I don't know how you could do that. After you snatch my child up, I don't have no interest in you physically at all.
Okay.
Nope. Mm-mm. They didn't
That
even
gun
really.
that blicky that man gave her, she should have used it when she first saw him on site. I found my daughter later,
Uh-huh.
but she got to go. We'll
Oh,
get her back, but she got to
she
go.
showed up with the piece. I thought she was gonna go in her person and shoot him because well, see, later on she was ready to. Her and the husband finally. It took a long time. I don't think we got into like it was late into the
It was
episodes before
right.
the father mother really started like
Episode
working with the
8.
FBI and really doing
Because she
something.
kept leaving. Like she kept doing stuff to leave. Like she just kept leaving. Like he kept putting those speaker boxes in her room with all these new recordings and
Climbing into the
everything was going into her
window in the middle of the night
head.
and doing all kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all, when they came in the house, when that window was open and they found out like, oh, it's cold in here because this window was left open. That moment, I feel like they should have been like, Jan, where are you? We gotta like girls. I want y'all to sit right here in the living room while we go and inspect the house and clear the house because Jan shouldn't have been like with her already being snatched and back home. Like I was just so upset with them that they didn't try to go in and further investigate. Like they had a
Mm-hmm.
lot of evidence in there. All them letters was in that trunk. Like, no, girl, you not
Hey,
closing your
Nita.
door. We tearing this wall back down, and
Yeah.
we about to go through this stuff. Yeah, Inga, tell them about that. I think they let this man Bob come in there and build a
And
And
build
whole
a whole
wall.
wall.
a
Yeah.
Mhm.
You'd have
Yes,
been in my
and
room on the
yeah,
floor.
build a whole because so she can have her own privacy and she have her own room and she boxed her out from her sister and the sister was very sad about that.
yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
I don't understand. This is when I was saying these parents are stupid because ain't
Mm-hmm.
no way in hell I would have let him be doing all of this stuff after
Yes.
this was after she disappeared the first time.
In the
Ne-
furnace.
Right.
They
Nita,
got to
it's okay.
go.
Nita, it's okay. You didn't watch it. You might not even want to watch this because it is a story
Triggering.
about kidnapping, pedophilia, grooming.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's a sick story. And so you
Mm-hmm.
might not want to see it anyway. So, but thank you for supporting us. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not for everybody because it's a sick story, and especially if
Mhm.
people got had dealt with any kind of trauma, they might not want to even touch this
Yeah.
story. But it's
Mhm.
wild. Oof, yeah, this guy, yeah, he built the they just they let him too much in their space all the time.
I agree
Just
with
all
you.
the
Yes.
time. They just let him too much into their space. And then but in 1974, the FBI hadn't even heard of the pedophilia.
Yep.
They
Right.
had it
They
was
didn't
still
know
a
how
new
to
thing.
handle his
This was
situation.
all they didn't really know how to handle it, but they knew it still was wrong.
His
Yeah.
doctor had to come in and explain to them, like, okay, do y'all know about this dude? Like, I'm his
No, yeah,
therapist.
yeah, and I understand a lot of things was that it's we know so much more now, but in the
You know what I
Mm-hmm.
60s,
used to
70s,
say,
they didn't know
y'all?
nothing about this stuff,
You know
and
what?
No.
I,
so
I want to. How the heck did she let him get to this birth certificate? It was no reason for him to see those papers. No
he walked back in the
reason.
room with her. He took
Yeah, for
He was
he
snooping.
so
I
walked back
forgot
in.
what they went in
eager.
the room
No,
for.
she
He
had him
was so
like
eager.
you said a couple minutes ago.
First,
She
yeah, I
was
would have
too
told
much in
my
their
company. I would have said,
personal
"Oh,
space.
sit down, have a seat. I'm going back in the. You're not following me back into my
Yeah.
bedroom where
Right.
the papers at. That's not your
Child, my
business."
husband would look at me like,
That's
what the
crazy to me.
fuck?
Yeah.
Because he wanted to.
I can't
So
even remember what she went in there for.
he does
He
crazy
was
things. He don't
talking
think
about
like
he wanted to leave his
your
kids in
kids.
charge. I mean, he said if
Yeah.
something happens
Oh, the
to me, I
godparents.
want you guys to take care of my
Mm-hmm.
kids, and
Right.
I will want you, and I will do the same for you. But you don't need to see all of that. You know what? Right now, we'll make arrangements for that because I would want a lawyer and stuff present for something like that.
And where's
That's
his
Yeah,
not something
wife?
yeah.
that I'm just gonna let you
Yeah, but they
reside
was just
over.
too. I don't know if I don't. Yeah, I just think it was just they was just too. And I don't
They
want to blame them
groomed
Too
it.
that it was
relaxed.
the 70s, but I just think that it was them. I think it
It
was
was
just them.
them. That's what
Yeah, it
Yeah,
I
was
feel.
them.
because I
Because
Yeah,
can't
because
imagine my father letting no neighbor come over all the time. You and
Hmm.
let
oh
me spend the night at their house all the time. It just wouldn't have
Hmm.
happened. My
no.
mother and father didn't even let me
Nope.
go
I'd have
spend
been
the night
like,
at people's
bye.
houses like that.
Yeah.
You
right,
Right.
your
know.
friends could come over here, but you ain't going over there.
Yeah, I had
I
Mm-mm.
wasn't
sleepovers in
allowed
my
to
house.
spend the
My
night
mother
like
can
that.
control it.
Mm.
She can
I ain't had no
Right.
supervise
sleepover at
it.
my house.
I had sleepovers as a little girl, but I
Yes.
couldn't really go to nobody's house like that. They were like, "You
Yeah.
can go to the birthday party, but when they about to sleep over, I'll come pick you up, and you coming
Mm-hmm.
Right.
home." And I could
Yep.
go to the party, but then when they about to get ready for bed, I'll come pick you up. They would not. They
Yeah.
didn't usually let me spend the night at people's houses. So
And
I that's
vice
why I said
versa.
Yeah.
that's why I said I
My
don't know if
parents
this
can
would
say
happen
that.
to no black family like this. Not
Mm-mm.
for this long. Maybe you might give me a little bit, but you ain't. This was years. This was
Yeah,
over a
years.
No.
while.
At
Yeah.
some point,
Then
yeah, Jan should have snapped out of it.
yeah.
It
Yeah.
took so long. She actually hated her parents.
Oh, that
She
She
made
hated
me
her
did.
so
parents. It took so
mad
long
when
for
she
her to
was
snap
getting ready to
That's
out of
like
it.
the
turn tail.
Stockholm.
She was calling
Yeah,
her
It
it
dad
was
was.
Stockholm
Bob.
syndrome. It definitely was Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah, he
She was
got
calling
in
him
her head,
Bob,
man.
Bob, Bob.
He was
Like,
really in her head.
oh, okay.
Bob
Yeah.
and
But
Marianne.
then he kept calling the house, like, is your husband there? Oh, I know you got the recording right there in the kitchen on the
Oh, y'all, we gotta
counter.
talk about
Because
this.
of
Thank
that
you, Kendall, for
wife.
reminding me this.
Right.
The church. The church was
Yes.
trash. The
Yes.
church
Oh,
going to excommunicate them. They couldn't come to can't take communion, can't come. Why you blaming me? I'm the victim. And
Right.
they knew
no, they
That's
and they
what was
blaming him
knew
for
making
about
me
what
this
they
so
guy. They knew
did.
this
mad.
guy was a creep.
No,
Yeah, it was like,
he told them what he did, his homosexual
Yes.
activity. That's what
Right.
it was. That's why he got kicked out. And that's why the wife got kicked out, because she told him she
Yes.
had
For
sex
for
with
having an
him.
affair. Mm-hmm.
but
Yeah,
Yeah.
you
but I
That's
believe
why they
I
got
believe
kicked
they
out.
knew about this man though. I
I
think they
wouldn't
knew
but
this
tell
if
man
them.
was a
They
Bob
creep.
was
did know
gay,
about
then
him.
other Bob was gay too. So why he was
Yeah.
still there? That's why I was confused.
But he kept calling him that. He's like, Bob is a homosexual, Marianne. I was like,
Mhm.
B, go home to
So
your
are
wife and
you, buddy.
kids.
Right.
Right.
And then he made
Yeah,
the wife her
that's
Anyone
special.
is you because you asked him to stroke it. See, this is when I would have had
Mm-mm.
to come back.
He
I'm
did and pulled
sorry.
it out.
You asked him to stroke it from what I know.
now he
Yeah.
Yep.
My
did.
That's
husband
what we
tell
were
me
told.
everything.
Yeah.
No,
Right.
he did.
And that's
Hmm.
that.
Um, yeah,
Yep.
he did. He asked him to, he talked about this was some kid stuff, some boy. Didn't he say? But
Just
didn't
that's
Bob,
just
Kid
kid
the
stuff.
stuff,
father,
Yep.
boy.
say something about he had thoughts about this as a kid or something? Something to that
They
effect.
Yeah.
would
They
do
was
that as
He
a
did
discussing
kid.
something
Bob.
with his
They
friends.
would watch magazines and look at magazines as kids, and then they would touch each other, just being children. We just being little boys or
No,
He was
whatever.
like,
Who
you
that's
better
not
keep
do
doing
normal.
that.
that?
Don't
That's
you
not
That's
dare.
something you
normal.
can keep to yourself. Take to the
And
grave.
I don't know about.
exactly.
I don't know in.
That's what
I
my
don't know
problem
about people's
was.
households. I
Who
don't
was
think that's
touching
normal.
him?
And then 10 minutes
You can
later,
touch
hey, he
yourself,
goes,
right? I'm talking about touching each other. We all sitting
hands
around
y'all.
in a circle touching it. No, come on. No.
Not
And
the
then
That
he
that
didn't
fact,
even
just
want to touch his wife after that. He didn't want to touch his wife after that. After he
right.
did
That
that
man was
Yeah.
traumatized.
no. He was traumatized.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's
Yeah.
why he had to end up going and confessing to the bishop at the
He
church and
really
all
Oh
that.
felt like he
yeah.
But this
needed to
guy
do
was
that. Yeah.
he was somebody important in the Mormon church, right?
Yeah,
The
he was like an
father, dad.
elder, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Mm.
Yeah, he was on the board of trustees.
And then what about when Marianne, okay, after Bob found out, the husband found out what she did. I mean, she told, and he was gonna get divorced, and she went to go stay with her mother. The mother looked disgusted at her. Her own mother, when she went to her mama's house with her suitcase, her mother just stood on the porch with
Hmm.
her arms folded. Her mother looked
Ooh.
disgusted at
Cause she
her.
know
I don't
Bob
even.
was a good man, Savannah.
That's what the sister said. Well,
That is what the
Bob is a
sister
good
said.
man. Hmm.
Yeah.
Right. And
You
you
know,
know what? In the
Hmm.
documentary, the mom said that after she slept with B, that she felt like a BIT. She was
Oh yeah,
like, she just
the
felt
mother
She did
dirty.
really,
say
the
that.
mother said she
She
felt
beat herself
so
up.
horrible. She
Yeah,
beat
she
herself up
did.
real bad. Yeah, yeah, she
Mhm.
beat
As
herself
she
up
should
real bad.
have.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I
should.
mean, I almost wanted to feel sorry for the mother once I watched the documentary. I'm listening
Yeah.
to the real prayer. I almost wanted to feel sorry for her, but I'm like, I still want to bring her neck. I really did. I still want to bring her neck.
I
Yeah.
was thankful though, because at least the parents were apologetic. Because a lot of times, like stuff like that happens, and the parents ignore you, or they don't believe you, or they don't
Mm-hmm.
apologize. But at least they were like listening and understanding and apologizing. So
Right.
that
Mhm.
Yeah,
one
and you
point,
and you're right. B, like I said earlier, B's brother, he knew what was
yeah,
going on, but he kind of didn't want
Mhm.
to get involved. Not until the FBI came to him, and he had no
yeah.
choice. You
Can
know,
somebody tell me why he put her in that school?
the,
I
Because I
didn't
was just
that,
understand that
confused.
either,
that nun
Candy.
school, yeah,
Yeah,
Because if he,
how did that come about?
she had
I
to go
guess
to
because he was in
school, so he
prison,
had. Remember, he had her fool like he's working for the
his daughter.
CIA and all of that. She still got to go to school. If
yeah,
Yeah, but
and
so,
I
that was
think
in
he did it
California, right?
too.
yeah, because
Yes,
if they get caught together in that state, he was like, I'm going straight to jail. So we have to do it this way. That's
Yeah,
why he was
she had to
sneaking up
lie.
there to see
Yeah,
her. That's why he had her in the
hmm
convict and all of that.
and I
You can
think
have it
Okay.
that
way.
her roommate,
Yeah.
that little Asian girl, she knew someone right
Mm-hmm.
too. I could
Mhm.
She like,
tell.
why
she
you
was
calling
like
your
looking
dad
out the
Mr.
She
window.
looking out
Snowball?
she looking out the blinds. She
Mhm.
she was
She
looking to
like,
see
who
what was
they
going
got
on.
me
She was,
rooming with?
yeah, I think the little girl that girl was know something was wrong, wasn't right
And
too.
then came back from that car accident like, oh yeah, nothing happened. Like what? Your face?
Yeah, but you got a
Okay.
whole gash in your forehead, but nothing happened.
Okay.
You know. Mm.
So she
Oh,
fell
when
down
she
the
was biting
fell
her
down the
Ew,
toenails,
she
Lord, thank you,
was.
Candy.
All
That
because she
was
went
so
somewhere
nasty.
and was talking to a boy.
Who bites their
Uh-huh.
He
toenails with
went
their mouth?
crazy because he thought he was
Right.
losing control.
Oh my god. Yeah, because she was
Touch
biting her
another
She was
fingernails
boy.
just
down
that
to the
stressed
nub. She
out.
had no more fingernails left, so she started picking her foot up, putting it in
Hmm.
her mouth, and chewing on it like she was chewing on a piece of chicken.
And
I
Ugh.
mean,
Yeah.
I said,
then they understand he messed her up so bad
He
that
did.
I
Hey.
mean, she was chewing hard because you can hear because the sound effect they did good with the sound effect because it's almost like she was crunching on celery or something. She was crunch, 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 and her roommate
Yeah.
looked over at her like, "What's
I ain't never
going
seen
on?"
nobody do that before.
Yeah,
Yeah,
nasty. It
Yeah.
was
that
nasty. It was
nasty
nasty.
word.
It was nasty, nasty, nasty.
She didn't have any
Yes,
more fingernails. She had ate them down to the
he
nubs.
ate them
Like
down to the damn
that,
Gnarled
nothing. She
fingers
ate, yeah.
and toes.
that
And
baby
she
was
Gross.
started warming
stressed.
her toe. But I think it was her. She was just messed up. Like she was.
She was
Yeah.
stressed. She was
Mm.
Cause
stressed.
he
And then
thought her he was
if
gonna
you
get
watched it, if you
vaporized
watch the
any minute.
documentary, her son said she was messed up her whole life. She had 4 different
Yeah, because she had
marriages.
yes.
Yeah, about 4 different
Yes.
marriages, men running in and out. I think she was just so screwed up.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think she's still together in her bright mind to this day. Really, be honest with you. Even though she's an
Mm-mm.
advocate and doing, got
Yeah.
a foundation and supposed to be doing well, but I still think she's probably still a little messed up. From that.
definitely,
Um,
she has to have some sort of PTSD.
I like
I
Kendall
know she
coming.
do.
She does.
Yeah.
Probably
Matter of
can't watch
fact,
no type
when
of
when
sci-fi
she went to
movie, nothing.
mm, when she went to therapy, that was the real life Jan paying the therapist on the
Oh
show.
wow.
I didn't
Hmm.
catch it till later, and then I found out it was
Yeah,
her. Um,
I said it
but
looked like her because I had saw a picture. Of
so that she was paying
Mm.
the so she probably still in therapy while we sitting here talking right now. She's still talking in therapy.
She
Mhm.
should
She
be.
need to be in therapy the rest of her
That's a
life.
lifelong trauma
For
because he did that
real.
It's
for
Yeah.
years.
lifelong trauma. But it
Mhm.
turns
Yeah.
out if people who hadn't seen this or gonna go watch the documentary, turns out this guy B was doing it to other girls. He had a
Mhm.
whole nother family too he was doing it with.
The
Yeah.
girl
And
that
so
was working in the furniture store, I think it was her.
Yep.
mm,
And the nurse's
That was
daughter.
one of them.
the nurse's
Yep.
daughter, there was lots of
He was
girls he
showing
was
a
doing
lot
it
of
with.
them.
Yeah, like 4 or
See, that's the
5.
one that remember when he burnt up the
The
florist
store.
his shop. He got his friends to do it when he was
Yeah.
Oh,
in the
yes.
loony bin.
Yeah. I
She
thought, see, that it scared me at first, Moochie. I thought the dad was gone. I thought he was
so
died
did
in that.
I was like
Oh,
that
I
because
thought the dad was gone. Yeah, they got me
I
on
thought
that
they
one.
was gonna come there and beat him up at first.
Me too.
And then I
Yeah,
was
he
like,
locked that
oh
door so
man, they set
fast.
the whole store on fire.
Yes, luckily he
Right.
was able to get out because I thought he was in there, and Jan still didn't seem like she had it, like she couldn't understand, like she still
I
was some.
know.
She was
That's why I
struggling
was
Mm-mm.
with it.
hoping
She
the
didn't even
daddy
want to hug
didn't.
her father, knowing that he made it.
Mm-hmm.
Right. That
She
was
didn't
so
even
hard.
care. She
Yeah,
didn't even care.
she was
Mm.
dead. I
Or
mean,
when
he
they
was
were
dead to her.
questioning when they were
She was
questioning
standing
that
up.
other girl, what was her name? Haley, Callie, or something,
Mm-hmm.
and the mom and all the stuff that she was saying, and Jan's mom was standing out there listening, like, "Oh, he's my best friend," and she was like, "Oh my
Oh man, this
god,
was me.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
You know what I
Mhm.
was
that was
going to ask
heartbreaking.
you? Do you think because how can I say it? Because
I
do
think I
you
know
think
where you're
she
going with
she
this,
has to
Moochie.
still have like dreams and stuff about this thing? Because this was horrible.
Yeah, I'm
This
sure
was
to this day
horrible
she
for
still
her.
screams in her dreams. I wouldn't want to
Heck
sleep.
yeah.
yeah,
Right. Probably wake up hearing the alien voices. And I actually read a book, y'all, and it's called like The Body Keeps Count. And it says that for whatever traumatic experience that you go through in life, your body takes 3 years to really forget that. So just imagine
oh
if
my god,
somebody like Jan was going through this from the age of 9 to 16. Like,
Wow.
yes, it's good. And that on a regular basis, like it could take a lifetime of healing to just be, okay. So I'm
That's
pretty sure
true.
she definitely is still in therapy. And if not, definitely still just dealing with PTSD.
Mhm.
definitely."
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought
Okay.
about
So
reading the
yeah,
book,
he
but I was like, I don't know if I can do the book after watching both
no,
the
yeah, she
documentaries
she
and
wrote a
watching
book.
this. I'm
Right.
Yeah,
like, it might be a little
the mama
graphic.
wrote a book. The
It
mama
was
wrote a book too.
They wrote the
it
book
was
together.
another question I wanted
Yeah,
to
they wrote it
ask y'all
together. Yeah.
too. Do you remember when she got taken the first time and he brought her and the FBI brought her back and they was like, she's not going to be the same person
Yes.
as she was when she left. And
And
I
she
Mm-hmm.
feel
was
like the parents didn't take this serious to me.
No,
Like,
they
okay,
no,
didn't
once
know
this
what that
happened, you should
meant.
have never let this man around your kid again, no
and
matter
thank
what.
and I want
They
to
didn't.
and thank goodness
But
for that
he
FBI
still was.
agent. He
They still
stayed
was
on this
coming to the
case.
house. I wouldn't even
Right.
have any. That the wife was still coming to the house. It was
I
crazy.
would have Moochie, I
Yeah.
would have moved. I would have
Yeah.
moved. I would have packed
Period.
up my family. We would have sold that house and
That's
we'd have
what I
been
said
out of
too.
that town in Idaho. We'd be somewhere
Yeah,
else.
because everybody
You
was
know,
looking at the family anyway, so I would have just packed, like you said,
they
packed
was
up and
treating the
gone.
family like they was criminals.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right. Because that's how much Bob had a hold
Did
on the whole community. He was that
yeah, on the
Mm-hmm.
Which
guy.
whole
they,
community because did they make
He
major
had a lot of
mistakes?
people in his
Yes,
pocket.
but they
Because
are still
even when
yeah, that's
he
what I
victims.
was gonna
went,
say.
do you remember? Didn't the nurse look odd when she came back? Like she was in cahoots with them too. The way the
I
nurse
feel
was
like
looking.
she
Because at first
was.
Yeah, I think that nurse was because he was
she was
grooming a whole bunch of
pregnant.
people. He
Right.
had no
He was
he must
grooming the
have
whole
that great
town.
gift
Yeah,
of
she was
gab. He
Mm-hmm.
can
pregnant.
really smooth people talk. He yeah, he knew how to talk to smooth things over with people. Um, I don't know,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, but
We saw her in the
yeah,
ice cream shop later on too. Look like the lady with the blue eyes.
With the blue eyes. Yep.
He was just all over the
Yeah,
place.
it's like she was
yeah,
in
He
the ice
didn't
cream
end up
shop later
buying
on.
that place, that little. To me, like it was like a
Oh
Dave and
yes,
Buster's. That that's the
fun.
worst place for
oh,
someone
and
like
oh
him
yeah,
to have the
okay.
worst business for
Remember when they
someone
went to
like him
that?
to have.
They went to where was it Wisconsin? Where did they go to when it was that carnival, that little fair?
Um,
Utah
the,
somewhere.
Jackson Hole.
Okay, when she went there with him, um, that's when she ran away and jumped on the airplane, right, on by herself.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my
She
God.
jumped on.
Right.
Now you know this was 1970 something because you can't even run through the airport that fast no more. Now you got to go through
Okay.
all the
Yeah, you gotta
security and
go to security and
taking off your
everything.
shoes and unloosing your bra. You got to do all the stuff now to
You
go
better
to
not even
the
be
airport.
walking too fast.
You can't even run through the airport like you OJ Simpson. You can't even do that because you see somebody running, you thinking there's something going on. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So yeah, she got on
I'm
that
gonna get
plane
tackled
so
to the
fast.
ground.
You get tackled
Right.
to the ground. Yeah, so that was back when there was no security or nothing. She went and got on there by herself, and the mother was haul ass down with her daughter in the car trying to get to that airport. Oh, it was crazy
But did
when
y'all
she
peep
showed up at
when
that place, and he was grooming probably all them girls in that at that fair at that carnival place, you
mm-hmm.
I'm
and had
surprised
his
he didn't
son
have a lot
working
of
there.
kids.
You say he had a lot of
I
kids?
said I'm surprised.
He had 5 by Gail, but he might have had
Yeah,
more
but
kids
what
by
I'm
other
saying is
women.
I'm surprised he didn't have other children like with these young girls.
Oh,
He
So
he
he
might
was
had.
have. We
clocking
probably just
all of
didn't hear
that
about
too.
him. He probably got him out there now. It's probably some even and thank
Right.
goodness that he took his own life at the end of this whole thing.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, because he was gonna end up going to prison. It took a very, very long time. He was in his 60s by the time they finally was able to really nail the cross to him. And then
Mm-hmm.
he was gonna go to prison, so he
Mhm.
just ended up taking a whole bottle of pills and died, you know.
Probably the
So
same pills that he was feeding to that girl.
Deuces.
yeah,
Right.
because he probably didn't want to go to that prison because them men in the
Yep.
prison wasn't gonna tolerate
Oh
no
yeah, they would
Oh,
not
they
pedophilia
was
in no
gonna put
place
Yes.
him to
like
tolerate
that.
him.
business.
You can go in there for drugs or something else, but murder or something else, but you ain't going there for no messing with no
Mm-hmm.
little girls, you know.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll deal with you, you know. So
Mm-hmm.
Now I know
yeah,
she was mad when she had to face him in court and he was sitting there lying.
yeah, when
Oh,
she was
I
an adult by this time
know.
and she was screaming at him, yeah.
Well, I'm sorry you feel like that, Jan. I said,
But
"Oh
he
my
still was
God."
manipulating her and talking. Oh, remember what the first
Yeah.
time they went to went to court.
What
Let's
when he
go
got
back
the
to
15
the
days?
first time. He only got
Yeah,
15 days.
15
That's a
days.
vacation. He's sitting up
Mm-hmm.
there reading a book and just
He
enjoying
said he gonna
himself.
do some reading.
And he
Right.
did. He
Mm-hmm.
sat back like
Uh,
he was at the beach. And he just enjoying himself. And
He
and
spent
reading
more
the
time
letters
in
to
the
the other inmates.
Mexican prison. Because
he was in
remember
a
they
Mexican
counted
prison
they
and he
some of that time and then that's how he ended up getting the 15 days. And
Yeah,
I'm like, how did
15,
they
yeah.
count that time?
yeah. And then
Yeah, because I think he
she was
got
missing longer
45,
than he
but they
had
already
been
did
in jail.
30.
Mhm.
She was kidnapped longer than he stayed in jail.
Exactly.
Right. Yes. Yes. Yes, Tamika, the mama and the daddy. They really should go in the furnace, but they victims,
Oh,
so that's the only reason why I didn't throw them in the
No, they're
furnace.
not victims. Mm-mm, mm-mm.
Well,
They was grown adults.
gullible.
I
I'm
mean,
sorry.
but
That
they
was
was groomed too.
No,
They
they
was
got to go.
groomed.
Yes, they were.
They got to go.
Yeah, they was groomed.
Your child, your children are in at. Come on now, no, no.
I no, I'm not. I am with you because the mama banned me. I would have been ripping his neck. I would have been tearing Gail's wig off her head. I would have been fighting her all up
Oh,
and down
Gail would
that
have been getting
street.
dragged.
The mama
Right.
banned me,
Yes.
man. I know.
I don't know why
Mm-mm.
she let her in when she had that big behind tape recorder on the counter in the kitchen. Why you letting her in
Yeah,
your
And then
house? I
She
was
had a big
jumping
old
at my
boom box up
TV
on
when
that
that
thing.
went on.
She
yeah.
had
Like,
a
put
big
the
boom
baby in
box
my
up
house.
there.
Come on.
Yeah. Oh
No,
my
no. We
goodness.
fighting
Yeah.
on sight. No.
And he went back
Women.
and told Gail. I mean, Gail went back and told him. That's why when he told Mary on the phone, "Oh yeah, I know you're recording this," because
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Gail saw it. She said they was so stupid. But
And
thank
then she
goodness we
said,
got
did
one
Gail tell you?
FBI.
No,
Thank
the
goodness we
Yeah.
got
men
one
and them
FBI
women.
guy because he stayed on that case, even when his superiors told him get off her,
Yeah.
stop.
I
He kept
appreciated
on.
him.
Right.
He
He
kept the
yeah.
gas. He kept the pipes warm. He was not playing with them.
No,
He
thank
kept the
goodness for
pipes
him.
warm.
I mean, that guess is one good person in law enforcement because he definitely because he
Because the
definitely stayed on
DA
that.
was through when the daddy said, yeah, he sent the official marriage license back to Mexico. He was
Mm-hmm.
like,
Girl.
"Don't tell me that you sent
He
it
said,
He
"Did
back."
was
y'all
like
make?"
the original
Yes.
copy. I said,
He said,
Yes.
"But did you at least
I
make
got
copies, right?" He was
he
like,
was like, no, I
"No."
sent
they
No,
her
were
in.
just
He
saying,
no.
was such a jerk. I was like,
Once you
how
send it to Mexico, you never getting it back again.
That's
Okay.
a
child
wrap.
had he had his own business. You mean to tell me you think smart enough to make a copy of this?
Okay. I would have made 12
No.
copies of it.
This is when they
Yeah.
was pissing me off. It was just like they were so
Right.
gullible
naive.
and
Yeah.
naive.
Mhm.
The
Yes.
Even
mama
the
get up
Very.
on the
FBI people was
stand.
mad at them of this craziness that they was doing.
Yeah. That's
Right.
why they need to go. They need to go in the furnace. They got
Yeah,
to
they
go.
definitely do. And I'm with Monique Johnson. I don't play with anybody being around my child. And you
Mm-mm.
know, I mean, my son's adult now, but if somebody messing with, I'm gonna fight them too. And I don't care, he's an adult. We both
Mm-hmm.
fight this person. I mean,
Okay.
it's just
Right.
like you know. I mean,
And
still,
we,
no matter what, you ain't gonna mess with my family. You know,
yeah,
no, you don't care how old, young, whatever.
to this
I don't like
day.
people messing with older people. You know, senior citizens, elders, and I don't like people messing around with no kids. I think it's just
Right.
disrespectful. You know, saying it's just sick because they always go with people who are weak.
You see Kendall's message?
Yeah.
They go
What?
with people who weak who cannot
Kendall,
do for themselves.
mm-hmm.
Mm, 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 mm.
Kendall said the
And
only reason why Gail came around was to get info for B.
Yep.
That's all.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That was it. And it
Mm-hmm.
was so obvious.
oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yes, to get info. Yeah,
That's
it
why I
was
don't
obvious.
understand
And they
There
needed
you
to
go.
stop talking to Gail. Stop having her over. Why are
Yep.
you
Right.
talking to her?
Marianne. That was Marianne though. Well, Gail didn't do anything wrong. The kids didn't
The
do
first
anything
time she
And
came
wrong.
over there
she
and said, "Don't call the
once
cops,"
she
I'd
was
have been
about to
like,
lose her husband, then she realized, okay,
Mm-hmm.
that's when she woke up. Is when Bob was
Right.
going to divorce her, and she had to go stay with her mama. That's when she realized I lost everything. I screwed up royal,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And it took but that was so many years had passed,
"Yeah,
When y'all got her back from Mexico, they should have packed up and moved from that out of
That
whole
was
town.
it. Right.
Yeah,
Shoot.
but they act
Bob
like
should have used that hammer that he bought the second time he took her.
right."
For real.
When he went there
Yeah.
and picked him
He
up.
needed a ham upside his head. That's what
Mm-hmm.
they should have gotten him and man, everybody in that
Listen,
neighborhood should have taken care of this
hands and
guy. But
feet.
Yeah, they should have did him how they did Frankenstein back in the day with torches and everything.
Okay.
yes,
Drag him through the
yes,
city streets. Drag him to
yes,
town
Mm-hmm.
hall.
yeah. They did that
Okay.
in They did that on Freddy Krueger too. The story of Freddy Krueger was he was a
Mm-hmm.
child molester, and the
Mm-hmm.
parents had all took him and threw him in the furnace. Actually,
Yeah,
yep,
he
they
was
took him
doing a
on the
lot of
Ooh,
on
I
the
think he
Freddy
acting.
was the
and
original
burnt him up,
furnace.
and then he came back in the
Right.
dreams and got the kid. But but that's I don't know. But this whole town, everybody in this town was Mormons. They was all
Yes,
they
I told
was.
you that's what it was.
That's why I
Mm-hmm.
said it's
Yeah.
like a cult. Like everybody in
It
town,
is
it
like
was a
a
cult.
cult.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Man.
And it said, yeah, it could happen to black people, but our reaction once learned about it would be different. Yeah. Oh, it definitely could happen to any race. It could happen to anybody.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that we would eventually woke up at some point, unless we was kind of real, unless we was in a cult kind of situation. I don't know. It just seemed wild to me. I just
Yeah,
said,
because I
God
listened
Yeah.
to a podcast that she was on, and it was two girls that used to be in a cult. They were interviewing Jan about her experience and how similar the experience was with B and the Mormons as it was to them being in a cult. I said, "Oh,
Oh
okay,
my goodness.
It's
yikes!"
crazy.
The grooming and everything.
They
Right.
said the woman is like that.
Yeah,
But
Yes, y'all
the
need to
Mormon
watch
religion,
you see a
these
lot of
I'm
that. I
not
think that was
that's a
is that
surprised.
the
good
same one that was
War in
Keep Sweet,
Depth
Pray and Obey?
documentary.
Oh, now that's
Yes.
crazy. Keep sweet,
Yes,
pray, and obey is bananas.
it
oh, I
is.
ain't see that. Okay.
Even
Oh yeah, it's
the
on Netflix.
Shiny family about the Duggard family.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
yeah.
They're
I
The
saw
Oh
that
Mormon
yeah.
too.
documentary. If
Y'all better
so
look
nobody
at that
saw
one
that,
too.
go to Amazon Prime. It's on there about the
Yep.
Duggar family. That whole thing
Yes.
yeah.
mesmerized me. I remember I used to watch that show. I used to watch
Yep.
I didn't.
What is
The
12
it?
kids
Duggars.
and counting or
18
whatever
and
it was.
The
counting.
Duggars are
Man,
the
I used
12
to
new
kids and
I used to
counting.
Brokers.
watch that show, and they used to be on Oprah's show. They was on Today. They used to be on
Mm-hmm.
everybody's platform, and I used to watch that show. But then as time went on, I said, "Wait a minute, there's something real weird
Something's
about this
weird.
family."
Right.
First,
Mm-hmm.
Something ain't right.
So yeah, but that documentary that was wild about that Duggar family. They
Yeah, the
Yes.
Duggars
the
are
one
the new age Brobergs.
well one of
They
them is
really
in
was.
prison right now
Mm-hmm.
Right,
Yeah.
because he was
yeah,
molesting his
One of the
sisters
his
and
sons.
own
other
sister.
Yes,
girls.
that is
Yes, he was
crazy.
molesting his own sisters. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
And
that
one of the
was
sisters
happening
finally
while the
broke
show
away
was
from the family. She
going.
don't had no contact with the family. One of the sisters and her husband, they broke away from them, and she don't even they don't deal with her. So
Mm-mm,
one
yeah.
of them did get free, but the rest of them is still in that cult like situation, and they
Having
Mormons
all the
too, and they
kids.
are Mormons
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
too. Yeah,
Mm.
Crazy.
yeah.
And they
So
said the daddy wasn't even paying them. Like he wanted to pay them minimum wage.
oh yeah,
And
yeah,
they was
Yep.
yeah,
getting millions on that
yeah.
Yeah.
show.
They made millions,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, they end up being broke.
And they kept
They
Yep.
having babies. I'm like, girl, lady, that's you giving your life
Man.
that's 50-50. Every
Every
time you
year
gotta
she
And
was
then she almost
pregnant.
died the last time.
like,
Yep.
I might keep doing it to myself.
No.
But
Yeah,
that's
they
how they get
definitely
them
was
because it's
naive.
like they threaten to excommunicate them and then not have any contact with anybody. So it's like when you gonna go from this is your mom, your dad, your sisters, your brothers, the whole community till nobody can talk about talk to you.
Mm-hmm.
So they
You
get
know what
kind of
another
stuck
group
in
Yeah.
they
like
do this with is the Amish community. It's the
Yes.
Amish
yeah,
Very
community is
similar.
similar to this too. They
And
this
the Jehovah Witness.
Jehovah's
and
Yes.
Jehovah's
Witness,
And
Witness.
Mm-hmm.
Scientology. They all got the
Scientology.
same
Yep.
little
Yeah.
Yeah,
approach.
definitely the Scientology. That's
Yeah.
a cult for sure. You
For
know.
sure.
And
Yeah. Because I've
yeah,
heard one of the YouTubers
there's a
talk
lot of
about
horror stories.
Jehovah's
I done
Witness.
seen some documentaries and people they have gotten threatened. Um,
Mm-hmm.
almost got their life taken out of here and everything because they tried to get out of the
Mm-hmm.
situation. Same with the Amish. If you break away, you can't come back and visit your family. They don't even talk to you. You just
Mm-hmm.
so you pretty much on your own and got to start your own life as a brand new person.
Even some
Um,
Jehovah
Sorry.
Witnesses be acting like that. I mean, like,
Yeah.
yeah, I've
Yeah.
known
You get
Jehovah
this
Witnesses
fellowship.
that, yeah,
yeah,
get
Mm-hmm.
disfellowship, and
yeah.
now they don't talk to their family. I just
And
like, I guess that's where the black people I know that will probably be going through something like this will come in at. Like
Yep.
any black folks, Jehovah Witnesses, they definitely know about that excommunication.
yes, right.
100%.
I used to see the Mormons around here in my neighborhood. I ain't seen them for a while, but they used to have on the white shirts and the black pants.
Little black
They be
pants,
riding on
riding a bike.
Yeah.
bicycles, riding on
Yes.
bicycles, and they would be going around and and I tell them right away, I'm sorry, I'm not interested by, don't even come around here.
Man, them
Mm-mm.
people use my granny used to be putting them to work because they'd come and try to give her the word. They'd be up there pulling weeds, painting walls and everything, vacuuming, trying to convert her to Mormonism. I was like, Granny, please stop letting these folks in your house.
Oh, Kendall,
The
yeah, that
Latter-day
lawyer,
Saints.
that lawyer was crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the
That
I
lawyer
mean,
one
was
they
lawyer,
had
making me
that
so
so
many
mad.
the
Jennifer
Bees
manipulative
Ferguson.
lawyer,
around them.
she was what
His
she was
lawyer.
Bees lawyer, that lady, she
Jennifer
was no good.
Ferguson.
She was
Right.
no good.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And her face was so irritating when she was trying to really manipulate them into signing the papers. He was like, but I mean, this is just isn't true. She was like, well, do you want it to come out that you guys were together? And I was just
And
like,
that's why he had
wow.
to go to the
Yeah,
church and
Bob's
tell
a
everybody, right?
homosexual.
I
Yeah.
think
Right.
that's why he
Poor
had to go to the
Bob.
church and confess and tell because it was going probably was
Yep.
going to come
Coming
out.
out in the court
I was
It's
papers.
gonna come
glad
out anyway.
Bob didn't get weak and like take himself out because it seemed like it
Yeah.
would have come to that for him because he was
Hmm.
just so
Hmm.
heartbroken and embarrassed.
Yeah, he's passed away, but not
Yeah, because
because he
they
took
say he didn't
himself
tell the
out
wife
either.
for
Hmm.
years.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that lady was nasty. She ain't care nothing about the whole situation. She was probably just trying to get paid. She was nasty, and but
Yep.
that last lawyer that he had, he said look, you got to bring the girl back. You got to bring her back today. He was
Mm-hmm.
I was like, yeah,
He's like, you going
But
to
that detective
jail.
was playing though. That detective
because
was
he wasn't
on it.
trying to go to jail because the FBI was gonna come out to him too.
Yeah,
You
Yeah.
know,
that detective was on it though. He followed him and traced the phone call back when they was
Yeah.
looking for the little girl when they ended up finding
oh,
her.
that was so
But
smart to
Oh,
figure
right.
out
With
how
the
yeah,
many
he was on
coins
it.
coins.
in the payphone. And they
Yeah,
Right.
said
He was like,
yeah,
so
that's
many
nine
yeah.
coins would be
coins.
for this place, and so many
Mm-hmm.
coins would be for that place, based on the area codes or whatever it was. And
Uh-huh. They
they
were
was
on it.
Yeah.
yeah, I give the FBI credit on that
For the
because that
time
one
of
guy
year.
wasn't letting up. That one guy,
Right.
Uh-huh.
He was using the most technology he could for the time.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because at this time,
Yeah.
but there was still payphones at that time, so they had to figure,
Yeah.
Right.
that's why it took so many years. But because now they can just digitally find out where you are now. You ping your
Yep.
phone and all kinds of stuff now.
Mm-hmm.
But that was it, yeah, it took a while, but he stayed on that case. Even tried to do a little undercover thing, but he got caught. Sitting in the car
Uh-huh.
eating a sandwich.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Bob
he
was,
walked right up
but
to
B,
him.
B was smart. He saw him sitting over there, and
Mm-hmm.
oh Lord, I mean, and and I know I didn't have a little girl, but you got to work. You got to watch your boys just as well too, because people be grooming the
Yep.
boys.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sure do.
Yep.
You know. And Candy, you got a little girl. You better watch your
Hey,
eyeballs on these
Trina.
people. I'm telling you, they wild out here. And
They'd
even
be be
family
like, she right
members.
here.
I mean, I don't want to talk about nobody's family, but
Yep.
everybody, somebody might have a
Everybody
creepy
got a
uncle,
friend.
creepy cousin,
Yep,
creepy
a
granddad,
creepy
something.
uncle.
And don't be letting the kids sit in the laps and people's laps.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let them sit in Santa Claus lap, all that crazy
Mm-hmm.
stuff.
The
Stop all
Easter
that stuff.
Bunny.
Easter bunny
Easter bunny,
either.
stop all that, y'all. That
Mm-mm.
that day is over with. Don't
Right,
do that.
that's out.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Hmm.
Cause they
facts,
be
Susan. That day is
perverts.
over. Right, they
Yeah,
getting
they be
them jobs
perverts.
for a reason.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's
I
why I
never
don't like
liked
all
that
that
stuff.
hugging stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
No,
like all
Okay.
that
no.
hugging stuff. Or if the
Uh-uh.
kids would be
Kissing in the
tickling each other,
face.
I'd be like, don't do that.
Yeah.
right.
Oh, I
Cause
Yeah.
hated that. I
somebody,
Yeah.
never liked that tickling stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Mm-mm.
that don't. Kissing,
Yes.
I
yeah,
don't like
cause it
people
could be
kissing
six
babies in the face and in the
kids.
mouth either. Oh, I can't stand
Yeah.
that. You don't grab
Yeah.
somebody's
Mm-mm.
baby and kissing them in the lips and stuff. You're not the parent.
Mm-hmm.
You
Mm-mm.
know.
Right.
Gross.
Yeah, Matthew, it's rough.
Kendall
Let
is
me
a
see.
trip.
Let me see. What
Kendall,
is it?
Kendall really got into the show, boy.
Yes,
She was
Kendall
on
was
it.
on this one.
Yeah.
The Brober told the family, don't F with me. Yeah. Mm-mm. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that lawyer wasn't playing. That lawyer wasn't playing.
I
He
guess
wasn't
them
playing
Yeah,
with
kids be
they
nobody.
messing
end
with
up
He
these
get, they
wasn't,
end up
kids.
he
getting
wasn't
themselves a
playing
good
with
lawyer.
them.
That last lawyer they had, that they got themselves a good lawyer, because
Yeah,
that
that
lawyer
lawyer
was
wasn't playing with the lawyer wasn't even playing with them.
mm-hmm. Yeah,
Right.
Who can
yeah.
play me that stupid?
Mm-hmm. Um,
Oh,
yeah, that's yeah, you just don't mess with, yeah, I agree there. You just don't mess with people's children at all.
mm-hmm.
Um, yes, the documentary on both Peacock
Hmm.
and Netflix.
Yeah.
And but you can Google the story. It's all on Wikipedia, it's on other, different articles. You can see the real life people and all that kind of stuff. It's just crazy. It's
Hmm.
crazy. I mean, see, that's what happens when I'm
You can go to
scrolling through
Spotify and
these
listen to
streaming
like a bunch of
platforms and I
podcasts
just find
too.
something crazy like this.
Yeah, you go
Uh,
down the rabbit hole with this latest story.
Yeah.
it is so much that we
Mm-hmm.
didn't probably we
Yeah.
didn't touching on, and they did
Mm-mm.
a good job of trying to narrow down many years in 9 episodes, because this went on
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
many years, and they
Mm-hmm.
just try to condense it down. And I want to go back to that Gail, the wife. Like,
Oh
after a
Lord.
while, she should have been like, she didn't even. I don't even think she was helpful at all, right? She didn't even. Did she do anything to try
No,
to
she
help
was
them?
groomed too, though. Somebody
No,
said that. I
she
think it
was
was
Yeah,
yeah,
Moochie.
that's what
I
I
think she was
Hmm.
groomed. I think she was groomed.
Mm-hmm.
she told
Yeah.
me
Yeah,
Yeah, he
but the
because
talked
wife
down.
said
He,
they
he
she
got
out.
called
together
me
like when
milk
she was a little bit
riding.
older than the girl.
What you say, Moochie?
Wow.
I said she had explained. Remember how we used to go for drives? It sounds just like him and Jan's little relationship. He would take
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
it all way in his car and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's a little bit
Yeah, she
older
said
than
that to
her,
somebody.
so I think he
Mm-hmm.
groomed her too. That's why she was so
Yep.
afraid. But I guess she got too old for him, and she knew because it was someone
Yes.
else before
Yes.
Jan.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I wonder, was he abusive? Because the way she acted like he was abusive.
Yeah. She acted scared.
I
She looked
think
Yeah,
that
scared.
he
like
Yeah.
was
He
probably
did.
abusive.
Hmm.
emotionally abusive. He probably
Yeah,
will be
like
tearing her up. Like
verbally
when
and
we
stuff.
see him
Yeah.
be
He might
emotionally
not punch
abusive,
her in the face, but he
Yeah.
right.
emotionally, and spiritually, mentally abused her.
He
Yeah.
definitely
But she
broke
act
her
like she was
down.
scared of him. Like she act like she was scared, afraid of him though.
I think she
No?
was.
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah.
say he did
Yeah, I think
have
you
the
could be
blicky on him the
afraid of
same time
someone
that the
that's
wife
like,
had it too.
Oh,
Yeah.
he had the blicky
yeah,
too. Yeah. Yeah.
And you know
Mm-hmm.
what? He can be because he spazzed out on Jan, remember? That's why she had that accident. So I bet he
right.
spazzed out on this. Oh, I'm
Yep.
sorry, we ain't supposed to say that word in it. I bet he flips on that lady on her like that,
Yes, Candy,
probably
I
five
feel like
times
that
worse.
too.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
I'm
Is we not
sure
supposed to say
he
that
get it.
word?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. They made Beyonce take it out of her song.
I know they. I
Yeah.
know we can't say nothing no more. Lord have mercy.
And I say
Yeah,
it
that
all the
alien
time, but
story, Derek. That alien story was wild. Now, I mean, that's when I mean, I understand you if you 8 years old, little 8, 9, 10 year old, you probably believe
right.
some kind of little silly. By the time she got to be 14 and over, like, why didn't she
That's what
wake
I
up a
said.
little bit?
yeah.
Right,
You
you
know,
still believing in
That's
Santa
what I
Claus
said.
too, Jen, or what?
Okay, right. But they Mormons, they might.
But
Did they believe it? Do they believe in Santa Claus?
yeah.
Well, yeah,
At
because
least the
somebody
Tooth
prayed. They were
Fairy.
Santa Claus. So yeah, they
oh,
do.
Bob, the father, was dressed up as Santa Claus,
Yeah.
Oh
So
when
yeah.
they
yeah.
was all
Okay.
yeah,
So
when it
Hmm.
yeah,
was
they
when the,
do.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, that's crazy.
But that's how she
Yeah,
said she
no.
came out of it when she started to like do things, and then what he said was gonna happen didn't happen. That's kind of how she kind of figured out, like, oh, he
And when she
How she
touched her
touched the
Just
father's
like
boy
my
hand,
black
hand.
like
she
Panthers.
touched her
nobody was
father's arm or
vaporized.
Don't touch
something.
any boys, you'll be vaporized.
And she
Right.
went she went to the
Yeah.
Don't
dance with
play
the
up
little
with that
boy,
boy.
and she had a good time.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't
Mm-hmm.
I
nothing
said this
happened.
little boy is he's scared to
He
even ask her to do
he was a nice little
anything.
kid because he wasn't
He
scared to
was
go out with
very
everybody else.
patient.
Probably thought she was a weirdo, but
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
yeah, the mother finally did come around toward the end. I mean, she took a long time though. Yeah, she
But
finally did
she
get
was
some
butthurt
balls
for a
toward the
while. Cause when
end.
she found out about that marriage license, the way that she was crying as if like he married her and not me, like she felt like brokenhearted by B. That's what she was giving. So it seemed like once she
Uh-huh.
finally realized, like, oh, you was playing me, dude, then
Yeah.
that's when she finally kicked in and, got with it.
Yeah.
But it
That's
took her
crazy. Like they was
forever.
competing in
Yeah, it
competition.
Mhm.
was.
Like, girl.
Yeah, so he
Yeah, it
convinced
took
his
her
wife
too
of the
long to
alien
catch on
story,
too.
isolated her. Yeah, because the wife didn't have no friends. You could see, like you look like she's scary. She looks
Mm-hmm.
Man, you know
scared,
what? That's
Yeah.
probably what it
She
was.
looked
She
like a
probably
little
was getting
olive
a
Mm-hmm.
oil. Like
little.
any little thing, she's scared.
She gonna break
And
down and cry. Yeah, he
that's how
probably
she
had
Yeah.
the
looked.
tape recorder
Mhm.
playing for her too. Talking about female
Uh-huh.
companion. He probably had one for her. Another message.
Okay,
Yeah.
And
remember
then
that
she
one
took her
scene
over there
that
to see, oh, he was building an RV, and
Mm-hmm.
took him over there and was like, oh, I don't have the key. I'd be like, you better break this damn door.
Right.
exactly?
Okay.
Miriam was
Yeah,
like, "How you
she
don't know
crawled
about
down on the
this?"
floor. She
I would
crawled
have
down on
put
the
my hand
ground,
around her
Yeah,
and
throat.
the
they
thing
was
was
in
gone.
into a
But
lot.
why wouldn't you tell me that right away? You
Right.
know.
Right.
Mm.
She was part of it.
She knew
She was
something was
Right.
part
Because
up.
of
that
it.
was not the first girl. She didn't probably busted B a
Yeah.
million times doing this kind of
No.
stuff.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
she know that she ain't about to go and get no job that can support all them kids she didn't popped out. So she got
right.
to go
That's
with the
right.
flow.
And when he got divorced from her, he said, "I'm always going to take care of you and the children." You know,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
he did
But
say
So
that.
remember
yeah,
in the
that was why she had to remain
Yeah,
loyal.
Jan was calling her father
yeah,
Bob. She
yeah.
definitely was calling him father Bob.
She started she started calling
Bob
them by their name.
Marion.
That's crazy. But remember in the beginning when he first took her, like the first day, and this went over there, and he said they was like, well, where would you think he would be? Well, I'll call his cousin or somebody in somewhere to see if they've seen him. But maybe he had a flat tire, or maybe the
I'm
car
sure
broke
it's
down.
just car
What?
trouble.
Shit up. Oh.
No, she said, man, y'all can't find this man because he gonna stop taking care of me if he get busted.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta
Yeah,
secure the bag.
Listen, the minute I called her and she was like, well, let me come over there, I'd have been like, never mind. You don't got to come over here and
Right.
send to me. I'm going to just call the cops.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Right. We about to call him, girl.
hmm
Yeah, she
Let
was
me
making
come over there
excuses.
and
Maybe
talk
the
to
car
you.
broke down. Girl.
Have y'all
Never mind,
covered
girl. You
the
good.
Saving Nora Smith story on Pocket FM and YouTube? No, I ain't heard about that. I saw a long commercial
No.
about it being in.
Mm-mm.
Oh no, I haven't heard about that treadmill. Mm-mm.
Mm,
It's so many
no, but
these crazy stories.
Hey, don't
I
tell us
mean,
we'll find
yeah,
one
it's a
and
lot.
get stuck.
yeah, we'll find another one. That was because we
Definitely.
me and Moochie was talking behind the scenes that this reminded us of that other crazy story we covered called
Yeah.
Candy. Remember that lady
Mm-hmm.
Candy who
Oh,
took her husband out?
Oh
It kind of gave
yeah.
me
yeah,
that feel
yeah.
that 'cause it was 1970 something.
That was crazy. That
That was
one.
a wild
Uh-huh.
And
story.
the one
Yeah.
y'all did
Yeah,
a
that was
couple
intense.
weeks ago, at the Apple, that was good too. But
Yeah.
it was like I liked all of them so far.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
Yeah,
But
that
to me,
does remind you of Candy
they
though.
called the popo, but they didn't really do nothing. They said, "Have y'all seen a green car? Did anybody get in an accident?" She didn't really do nothing. It took a while before they
Yeah,
ended
that's
up
because
getting
the
in
wife
touch
was
with the
standing there. I'd
FBI.
have been like,
That
They
was
had to finally call
weird.
the
mm,
FBI before
She
something
got on
started
my
happening.
nerves.
And then
It
he
was
had to wait over the weekend because it was a holiday or something, and you had to
Mm-hmm.
wait till that
That's
Monday.
how he ended up keeping them for 2 months almost.
Like, what the frick, frick.
And
Oh,
she's saying
I was
nothing
so sick
happened.
of people.
They checked her out and they said, I still believe something happened.
That
oh
male
yeah, oh no, something
doctor,
did
like
happen.
he
Candy
knew what
She
he was
said,
she
doing. He
ended up
just
did getting
didn't
she ended up
break
did
her,
getting
what's her name?
molested, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she
Because
ended
she
up
had
getting
her,
that
her
was
her
clothes
she woke up
abstinences.
taken.
and her nightgown was
She
twisted
was,
around
yeah.
her and
Yep.
turned
Yeah,
her
He
she
just
in
knew
ended
the
what
up
he was
in
getting
the
doing, so he didn't break
documentary.
her
They said
Yeah.
she
her
Hello?
Hello?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. What was you saying, Miss Kara?
It's
No, I
breaking
was
up.
saying he do something to her, but he just didn't break her hymen. So I was breaking up.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, yeah. I
Can
don't
you hear
know.
Right.
me?
He might
It
have
could be
just
my
not had a
crazy
big
internet. I
enough
don't know.
Peter Weeder. That's
Yeah,
probably all
so
that
he
was.
might have been doing oral to her.
Hmm.
Yeah,
But Jan
Yeah.
yeah.
said in the
Or just
documentary
playing.
that it had been happening, or even on that last episode, she said since she was 12, when we went to Mexico, like basically he's been
Right.
trying to get me pregnant so I could save this community or whatever. So it had been happening. He probably was, I don't know, maybe he just did not break the hymen, or
He must
maybe
have
that
stretched it
man
or
didn't know what
something
he
so it
was.
didn't snap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the
But
doctor probably
Mm.
didn't know what he
Or
was looking
that.
for.
yeah, but the doctor, and I didn't like that they had a male doctor looking at her. Maybe they didn't have any
Right, Candy.
female doctors then, but I didn't like that she was being
I don't
examined.
think the
I
doctor
would have
really
said
did an
no.
examination though.
I've been
The
I don't think
nurses
sleeping
he
with a
were
really
man
did
there.
an
for 30
examination on her.
something days.
They had the nurses were in
Right.
the room with him.
Yeah.
Right,
Oh, and I would have
Moochie.
been there
That
too.
part.
My
I don't
child been
think
Yeah.
with
the
a man
doctor
for
really
30
The
did
some
an
days.
nurses
You
were
have to
examination.
let
He
her
probably
know.
said,
down.
"Oh,
She
she's
was
doing
down
good.
with it. I'm
Everything's
sorry.
fine."
I think the whole town was in cahoots.
No.
Yeah,
I
the
don't
whole
think that
town.
doctor did a physical examination
Something
and really looked up in
I
the
thought
hoo
that
ha. I
too,
don't think
Kendall.
so.
I don't think
So,
so
so
either.
that was
he,
crazy. Like,
mm,
no, no.
um, when the guy, he said,
I
when the
did too.
guy, the FBI daughter came home late. Yeah, I thought B did something too. I
She
did
got in
too.
her ass though.
Yeah,
Hmm.
y'all, he was furious because he was
And I was
scared.
glad.
Right.
I was glad. I was glad he got in her butt because she needed it.
For real. Like, girl, it's creeps out here on the loose, and you don't even know
Yeah.
what I'm dealing with right
Yeah, like
now.
you have no idea.
Okay.
You playing.
No, she just comes strolling in late. You know what I'm saying? Like she grown. I mean, like,
Hmm.
but I thought B did something
Yeah.
to that guy.
Retaliation.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah,
I was
that's what I
thinking that
thought
too.
too.
They let us. They
Yep.
kind of make dramatize it to make let us believe that. That's what so I was
Hmm.
Right.
thinking that. And I think they did a good job with this. I know some things was probably not in the order that it really happened, and some things didn't. It's made for TV, so
Yeah.
they got to stretch it out a little bit. But I think they did a good job. They got the basis of it right though.
And
Hmm.
Um,
and from the documentary,
Yeah.
it wasn't too loosely based. Like, it
yeah, it
seemed
seemed like
very much
right. I agree. Yeah.
real. You know,
Hmm.
yeah, they did a good
Yeah.
job.
Yeah. I
But
hadn't seen the documentary in a while,
that
but
mother on the documentary, she really was. Miss Carrie, you she really was distraught. She called her own self a bitch. She said, "I felt like a
Yeah, she was like, I
dirty
felt like a
bitch."
She
bitch.
did.
Yeah.
Moochie, the mother,
she right.
the mother
She
called
right.
herself a dirty bitch. You know,
Yeah.
Mm.
Rightfully so.
I mean,
I throw them in the
She
furnace.
did.
Please, fingers.
Her eyes was watery the
They got to
whole
but
go.
she was
time.
crying. She
Like,
was very upset. Um,
yeah.
yeah. Mm. She said hymens don't
That too.
always break during intercourse. Some break, yeah,
Right.
doing
You could have
Yeah.
gymnastics,
broke it during
horseback
the
riding. That's
Horseback
right.
bicycle.
riding. That's probably why he took a horseback riding though. He
Oh,
think,
yes,
look, I'm
Moochie. It was
telling
so
you, he was
But I
calculated.
thought
thinking
they
Oh
said it
my
was
he
God.
was
intact
thinking
though.
10 steps ahead of everything.
Well, it did. Yeah, according to that doctor, if he did a
Yeah.
internal examination, put the glove on, and go up in there and look, he probably did. He said it wasn't broken, that she still was good. You know,
Yeah, that's what the doctor
Man,
said.
but
he don't know what he talking
they
about.
stayed in the house. They kept going to that church.
That
They
part.
kept her in the same school. I would have left our whole community.
She wasn't even
I would have
supposed to
sold my
talk to
business in a
her
flower
little
shop.
sons at the school, and she was talking to them anyway.
Right. Because the mama had already said, it's no harm in her talking to the boys. But that
Right,
police
Yeah.
officer, that agent said, y'all don't need to be worried about B's state of mind. You need to be worried about your daughter, and y'all don't need to be talking to them, not even the
right,
wife or
right.
the kids. And they
He
was just
messed
looking
Jane up.
like,
He messed Jane up so much. She thought these like strangers with her people from. I think all that was a
you see
setup, though.
how
I
she
think,
was looking at
Hmm.
everybody like, ooh, is that
yeah,
one?
that's right. Right, right, right. And you never know. I mean, he really did a number. I mean, he probably was also giving her
He did.
some psychiatric drugs, something to mess her up, because she was messed up. Yeah, and he did it to many other girls and their families. So I'm glad he took his own self out. I'm glad he ain't here now, because he'll probably still be trying to do it if he was walking the streets. But unfortunately,
I
there's
kind of
so
wish
many
he
people
went to
out there.
prison though,
Me too.
For at
and
least a
let
little
somebody else
bit.
do it.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let
I
him
agree.
suffer.
Just so he could suffer. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Hmm.
just so he could suffer. Yeah. Um. But at least Jan could walk the streets and not worry about if he gonna pop up again because he kept trying to contact her even as an adult.
Oh my
That's so
Even
God,
as an
crazy.
adult,
right.
he kept trying to reach her.
Yeah, that's
He
too
would not leave her
traumatic.
See how
alone.
he called the
I
house when they
wouldn't
was
even want to
playing a
hear a
couple of
phone
months later,
ring.
and she answered the phone and hung up.
Right.
Right.
He was
Oh,
like,
that's
damn,
yeah, and
I
that's
lost
when
her.
I think that's what that time she really got the strength in. She didn't even get upset about it. And they was doing a puzzle again as a family. And she just went on and slammed the phone down and kept going. She said, "Oh, that was the wrong number." So that's
Yep, and
when we
sat
knew
next to
then,
her
okay,
daddy.
she's starting to
Yeah.
heal then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, I mean he was obsessed with her. He really
Yes.
was. Um okay, yeah, that's what the hippie people I'm thinking that he might have sent these people over there to her.
Sorry,
Unless
somebody
that
he
was just all in her
paid.
mind. You think that was
Yeah,
just in her mind? She was a little, crazy
No,
or
I think he was
probably
telling the
paid them.
story.
Who were the two
He
hippies
kept
mm,
was
saying
mm,
about
mm,
standing
that.
mm.
me and
Yeah,
walking by?
yeah,
Oh,
that
I think that was. Remember he had the lady from
The hospital, the
the
nurse.
hospital. I
Mm-hmm.
think they was doing that, but I think it was all in her head too, though, because she was like she was still kind of believing everything he was saying.
right.
So she was thinking that people was watching her. Some of them were aliens. So I think he was still inside her head with that.
Right.
Hmm. I bet you
Yeah.
to this day, and she's probably in her 60s, I guess, probably. She probably just still messed up to this day. You
Yeah.
I'm
know.
sure. I'm sure she can't stand
Hmm.
to hear a phone ring because that's how I would be feeling like,
But
oh
she
my
do a
God.
Hmm.
lot of crime stuff, crime stories and stuff. Cause
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
um I looked her up earlier.
She got a foundation. She helps out other victims and stuff. So I mean, I guess she's doing good work. But she probably still messed up, and she got an adult son. Um, that he said he been through it with his mother though.
Hmm.
In the documentary,
Mm-hmm.
he said he been through it with his mother,
Yep.
and but he said he
Four
forgives
husbands
her.
later.
Yeah, I mean, but that probably was just she's still looking for another B to take care of her. She probably just all
Right.
messed up.
Somebody to tell her what to do.
Yeah, a lot of times people who are victimized, they go out here and they become, you would think they wouldn't want to be bothered with no men after that, but they keep going on and doing stuff.
Angel
So
from BMF, prime example.
Yeah.
yeah, like that. Yes, things like that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Uh, mm, mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You can feel the hurt when she realized it was all a lie. Yeah, she was
Ooh, when
done
she
by that
start
time.
tearing up them
Yeah.
letters.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
and I'm
Me
glad
too,
that
Kendra.
she did not get pregnant.
Yeah.
Ooh,
I'm
I
glad she didn't
Yeah,
get
know.
that's what
pregnant.
I was kind of worried about that.
Hey,
Like
Mr.
thinking it
Harris.
was going to happen, rather.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Cause yeah, it was he was trying
And
for
she
so
tried.
long. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It
Y'all,
was crazy.
we got to watch our children, and if you got
Well, I mean,
grandchildren, I mean, you just got to watch your nieces, your nephews. You got to just watch over we got to watch over these babies out here.
hmm
These people, it's a lot of
Yes.
predators. You know,
It just is.
it is, and we can, unfortunately we can't watch people 24 hours a day. But if we see something, we got to nip it in the bud right away.
Yeah.
And
And
I don't care if it's
CPS
educating the
somebody's
say
family
kids
member.
too. Right. Tell your kids like if somebody, like let them know if somebody tell you this, it's never okay. Like cuz
Yeah,
that's how B was getting
yeah, and that
into
was
the
the
girl's
problem because it's
head.
like,
Don't tell nobody.
yep,
mm-hmm.
Like
saying
what?
I'll
If
tell.
somebody tell
Yep.
you that,
yeah,
tell me.
yeah, yeah,
That's
Then
a
you
Yeah.
got
yeah.
to
They
tell
difference.
it.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
never okay. Yeah.
hmm I used to ask my son when he was little and he would go off to camp and stuff. I used to ask him
Yeah.
questions,
Did
and I
anybody
don't care if
touch
it
you
made
right
him
here?
uncomfortable. I used to have conversations like this with him, and I'm like,
Yeah.
you tell me if anybody, a teacher, anybody, when he played basketball, even as a little boy, about the, I would be at the. I used to go to all the practices, and they was like, oh, I'll pick him up and stuff. No, I'll go with I'll um I'll go to the thing. You know what I'm saying? You ain't putting them in the van and with all the other kids, and I don't know. You might not never make it to
Right.
the game, and be gone with all the children. So
Right.
I used to go to the practices and the basketball games when my son played basketball
Well, me
as
too.
a little
I,
boy.
I
Yeah.
was driving them and stuff. I was like the
Yeah.
team mom.
Yeah, I didn't
Mhm,
leave mine
I
alone too
changed my
long.
yeah,
schedule
I
and
used to
everything
bring
when my son
water
was
and all
playing
kinds of
ball.
stuff and the little snacks and stuff. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And because that
Mhm.
makes your kid not be a target. When they see that you present, they know if any predators are in the vicinity, they know we can't do it with this one. Because
And
Right,
it's
right,
and
mama
it's
is
right.
gonna
definitely
be up
hard when you're a
here.
single parent like I was,
Yeah.
because you try to, you have to have a community of other people to help you out, because you have to
Right.
work. And I used to sometimes work 2, 3 jobs because you got to pay the bills.
And you
And
gotta rely on
and you had
another
to rely on
parent
the
to
people,
bring them
but
home or
but I still
something.
did what
Yeah.
I could do to always make sure I was there, and
Right.
all the time, because you just can't trust nobody.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I mean, it's sad
Nope.
that it's like that you got to have your guards up like that, but it's hard.
Mm-hmm.
This is difficult. So you got
And
to do
that's
the
why
best.
they're
And then
saying like don't have your children on social media
Yeah.
because you don't know because
Because
we
you
don't know
Yeah.
what
wonder
turns a
why.
predator on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because
Mm-hmm.
you see these videos where the kids
And I
ain't
be telling
doing
my kids to
nothing
not put their
with
location
thousands
on
of
there too.
likes. Right.
You
Mm-hmm.
trying
yeah,
to invite
yeah.
them as
Yeah,
soon
like
as you get
Moochie's
there.
grandson, right? He's too little to be on no social media. But like Miss Kara, you got big enough kids that they could be on social media. You got to make sure that they
15-year
don't.
old.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. That you got to make sure they not on them
Yeah, I always tell them
stupid
don't put
things.
your
You check their.
locations on.
Right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But these kids now, they come
Hmm.
out the womb knowing how to use an
And don't be
iPhone.
telling
For
nobody your
real.
business.
They
Yeah.
do. They know
Right,
how to use
Karen.
an
Do.
iPad and stuff now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm
That's right.
still
That's
figuring out all my
mandatory.
features on the thing. I don't even know every day. So, so they know so much more now. And
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes it's a good thing, but a lot of
Hmm.
time it's not.
Mm-hmm. But
Right.
like, but they were saying like your kids posting like you don't know what turns a person on. You know, they could be posing, they could be
Right. Eating a banana.
cheering, you know,
With
in
standing
gymnastics, them outfits. You don't
there.
know what turns a predator on.
Right.
Something simple as a child being a gymnast. You
Exactly.
know, you have to be
Mm-hmm.
careful these days, and
Cause I
that's
have seen
nerve
some
wracking that you
videos,
can't do
Candy,
that.
like that, where it's just innocent little girls doing gymnastics moves, but it's like, okay, no, because the way that her butt was just in the camera, or the way that her legs came open, like this is what I would not want. This is what be edited
Lord.
out. Because just as a parent, if you
Yep.
got that good eye, you like, this is not cool. Because I know like
Yeah.
that this is somebody's material. Like if you got
Yeah.
your baby eating fruit, like when I say eating a
Yeah.
banana, I mean
Yeah.
like a cut up
People,
banana. But
and
you see
even a
all
pickle
these
too.
Yes.
A
millions of
pickle
Yes.
can look
Yes.
likes.
one of those big fat
Like,
pickles can look sexual,
yes.
and a
Valid.
banana and things
Yep.
like that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because people are sick.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You are
Yep.
just sick, sick, sick. Yeah.
They don't care what it is. They something will turn them on
It
because
could
And
you
it's
be
don't
not
know.
just the
anything,
men.
right?
We know
Yep.
we got the predators of the women too. Look at Mary Kay
Yeah.
Latordo. She
Yep.
passed
Oh
away
Ooh.
now, but
Lord.
remember when she
For
married that little
sure.
13-year-old
Man, now
boy?
she was a bee. She was a bee, y'all. Cause yeah,
That
she
was he was
groomed that little
nasty.
boy.
That
That was
story
Had
was
the
so
baby
nasty.
wild,
by
and they
him.
made all kind of TV movies about it. I saw a couple of movies about that.
She had
I mean,
babies by him too, right?
Babies
they
by
used to
Yeah.
him
get
and
married and
married
had
him.
about three, 4 kids. I think 3 children, 2 or 3
Yeah.
Married
children.
Yeah.
him.
That
Yeah.
was
And the
crazy.
kids went to the same school that all that went
And
down
she had
at.
a
Like they
first set of
never left
kids.
the
Her first set of
town.
kids didn't mess with her no more. Her
Uh-huh.
husband divorced. The first husband divorced her. She had about 4 or 5 kids with the first husband, and then she ended up marrying this little boy after she came out of. She kept going back to him. They said, "Stay away from him. Stay away from him."
Oh, you
She
talking
went to
about
jail and
Mary
everything.
Kay
Mary
Latordo,
Kay
or whatever her name
Eternal.
was.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and she finally
and
passed
they
Yeah.
away from
They just
recently
had
cancer.
that
But
Netflix thing. They just
she
had that
just passed
Netflix
away
movie
a
called
couple
May
of years
December that was
ago.
kind of loosely based on her.
Mm-hmm.
Lucy Bake, yeah, there's a
It
lot of
is
movies.
what's the
Have
name
a
of
lot of
Miss
movies.
Karen?
Ooh,
Hmm?
right. I haven't seen that.
Huh?
Right.
I didn't hear you. What
The
did
one
you
on
say,
May
Mary
Karen?
Kay.
December. Yeah, it's
Wait,
based on
wait a minute,
her.
wait a minute, wait a minute. We can always talk at the same time because we say it again, Miss Kara. The name of the thing.
Netflix. It was on
Okay,
Netflix called May December. It was loosely based on Marianne.
okay, okay.
Mm.
Mary Ann or
I'll
Mary Kay
Yeah.
Eternal?
yeah, that's her. That's the lady. She married
Okay.
that boy, and I mean,
Mm-hmm.
by the time they got married, he was 18, but she started with him at 12 or 13. She was his
Mm-hmm.
middle school teacher.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
lusting after. Oh, and what about the other
Mm-hmm.
one?
The
Name
mother was easy with that one too. She
that
took care of
was
the baby when
crazy.
she got locked up. That was crazy too.
Man,
She was
and that was
pregnant
a
while she was in prison.
Yeah, but she took the baby after she gave
Yeah,
birth to it.
yeah,
yep.
right.
Nah. I
And
mean,
no,
but
nobody
yeah.
gives nobody a two piece in the biscuit no more. I mean, what is
That's what
going
I'm
on?
saying.
You know what I'm saying?
Man.
Somebody need to hammer upside their head on these people. And there was another lady too who slept with a teenage. What was I? She had the kid take her husband out. She's still in prison now. The lady Pam
Oh, I
something.
seen
Oh, you
that one.
talking about
Mm.
What was her
I seen
name?
that on like a
I know what you're
Dateline.
talking about, but that was the
Yeah,
teacher
they did.
that
You
had
can
her
find
students
movies like
take
Mm.
Lifetime did a bunch of
out
movies on her and
the
stuff,
yeah.
and convinced the boy to end up taking out her husband. And but she's still to this day still sitting in prison. So and
Yeah.
that's where you need to be. You know.
She's got life.
And
Yeah,
probably
she
still
can
in
stay
there
there till the
claiming her
rest of her life.
innocence.
Okay, so let me put this up here so anybody want to see it. May, December. I'll look for it. I'll look
I
for
want
it.
to watch that too. Y'all done got me
Mhm.
into that. I ain't
I
watched
watch it
it.
Right.
I
tonight.
Yeah,
told
we
It's
Candy.
watched
I
it
told
loosey
tonight.
Candy.
based.
I told Candy we got to
It's
find
like a
more these true
dramatization.
crime stories. I like these little true
Yeah.
crime stories like this, and like
That's
we
all I
said,
watch.
yeah, I like
Right.
it. I
I
like it.
watched
That's
those
that's
too.
it.
We had to talk more about this. We had to get back together as a group and find some. Anybody know?
Yeah.
Y'all just let me know, and we can do more of them because I like
Yeah,
this kind of
I
stories.
do too.
Um,
Yeah, I'm watching that tonight.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yes, Kendall. I ain't want to say that because I don't want to sound like I'm a racist. But
Oh
Mm-hmm.
no,
I
It's
didn't want to
true
no,
say
you
though.
that.
sound
I
differently.
was
Yeah.
I was going to say it, but I said no. Ginger Snap, shut up. I don't say nothing because yeah,
Don't say
they a little different than especially if you grow up sort of in the urban area too, sort of urban
hmm
community. Even if it's the suburbs, but it's still a little more with it. If you out in the boonies somewhere, you
Right.
might think different, but I don't know. But their community was their whole community over there was stupid.
Yeah.
They just didn't
hmm
they just nobody believed this guy B. They all thought he was so good because he's so nice. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, he's so nice. He not
They could not believe it. Like, I mean, why would B act like that? You see how he is. Even when, remember when
hmm
the man, when Mr. Bird, the daddy, tried to call around looking for B, and the man was like, "Yeah, he said that you're a good guy, that you're his best friend, that could always lend him a hand." I said, "Not lend a hand." He start backing away from that phone, like, "Oh
Yes,
no,
a helping hand.
a helping hand."
Hey, but remember
uh,
when he went and
Definitely.
picked Jan up and he said, "I
Mm.
knew you were handy with something," and he pulled off real fast.
Right? Yeah.
But
I
okay,
tell they gonna
what
keep
y'all
making
think
the
about
hand jokes.
the bishop? What y'all think about the bishop from the church when
I
he
wanted to knock
called
him out.
Bob on the payphone and said, I think I saw Jan in the car, but it turned out it wasn't Jan. It was another girl who was being groomed. But
hmm
he thought he saw, and I think turned out, I think his own daughter probably was being groomed
But
too.
Hmm.
it ended up leading them to a right Yeah, place he was.
Yeah.
because they were able to locate
Yeah.
Jan after that. It was well after that, but yeah, they was
I
able to
mean,
still
so it
find
turns out that that's why I said that
Yeah,
church
because that was the
knew.
next
That's
mother daughter
Latter
group.
Day Saints. They knew that
hmm
this
Yeah, they
man
knew
was no
because he
good.
confessed to it.
Right.
He got
Same way
disfellowship
Bob went and
too. They knew
confessed.
the details and still disfellowship those people, knowing that he was
Yep.
manipulating them, knowing that what he did. I just, I oh.
Yeah, it's really upsetting. It's really frustrating. I mean, we can joke. Even told Candace we can joke and laugh, but when we really kind of think about it, this whole thing is just pissing me off. It was making my blood boil a couple of
Sick.
times. I was getting mad.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I was
I was
getting
getting
mad.
mad because I just say, oh man, what are you doing? What are you doing? So I don't know, but y'all, this was a good one. And I just happened to find it by scrolling through the Peacock. So it
Yep.
was a
It be
good one.
popping up.
And I'm glad y'all all wanted to talk about it with me. Otherwise I
Hmm.
would have just been up here talking by myself, but but I'm glad y'all wanted to talk about it. Um,
You're not gonna be
cause
by yourself with some good juicy stuff like this.
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
I'm glad I came on last. So thanks for having me, ladies.
Yeah. Oh no. Shoot, I appreciate. So what y'all got going on? I know everybody be having stuff going on all week. Miss Kara keeps the stuff going. I look up and she be boom, boom, boom. I don't even get a chance to
A
watch
little
all the
bit,
stuff. She be putting it
a little bit.
so fast.
Trying to get them numbers up.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
I did
you got
Summer
lives
House,
going on,
Martha's
right?
Vineyard. Yeah, I did Summer House, Martha's Vineyard. Did Diara from Detroit and Love and Marriage DC, and that is it for me until our Ready to Love live until next week,
Yes, yeah, yeah.
and then we'll
So
do the
you
same.
cranked all that out this weekend? You put all that out this weekend? All of
No,
those?
I did Summer House. No, Summer House was Wednesday. Diara was Friday. Love and Marriage DC was Saturday. I'm trying to
Okay.
stretch them out. Because
Yeah,
when I do
yeah.
everything
Still,
on the
it's a
weekend,
lot.
the
It's
algorithm
still a
acts
lot
funny.
just
But
to
now
even
that I'm
do it.
stretching them out, it don't like that neither. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You don't
Mm-hmm.
know. We don't know
Because I
how
was
that
doing
work.
Friday,
YouTube.
Saturday, Sunday.
Right.
So I did the Wednesday, but that ain't helping.
And Candy, what
What
you
you gonna
got
do?
going on?
Later on, I think 9:30. Aries and I are going back to court. We're going to mind some other folks'
Down, down,
business.
down.
Mm.
Like People's Court. That's right.
And that's it right now. I think I might join y'all for BMF tomorrow. I got to stay busy in this algorithm because listen,
Yeah.
like Miss Kira saying, you don't know what to do for these people. You don't know what they like or don't like. I don't know, but and then
Nope.
Mhm.
I'll be back at it again next week with some more. Going back to court. I got to find another movie to watch so I can do another movie. Hopefully
Yeah.
during the week. I need to find something during the week.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. Oh,
Got
oh, wait
in
a
the
minute.
algorithm.
Matthew said, "Mind the other folks' business is my joint." All right, you got a
Okay,
fan.
Matt.
You got a
Okay.
fan. Okay, well,
I appreciate
come
that,
through at
man.
9 o'clock
We'll see
tonight
you at
with them.
9:30.
9:30. Okay,
We're going back
okay.
to child support
I
court.
slid through there with y'all. What was it, last week or something? That thing was crazy
Yes.
with
Yeah.
that crazy lady. You know, with her Party City wig on
Had
and stuff.
Brillo cracking
Uh-uh.
up.
Okay.
Yeah, that was
Ooh.
wild. And then
Yeah, that lady was cuckoo.
Aries, you doing your smoke session?
Yes, I'm gonna come with the smoke session. So it's gonna be, since me and Candy gonna be on that thing, minding other folks' business at 9:30. It's gonna be what Inga has been asking for, the smoke session Aries After Dark edition. Okay, just so we ain't gonna be doing too much, it's just gonna be some mature conversation if we need to be. But yeah, so make
Mhm.
sure that y'all tune in for that
And
right
put your
after the
kids to bed.
right, put it in the bed, give them their melatonin,
That's
and
right.
and
Grown
come
people
to the smoke
conversation.
session.
That's right. That's right.
Okay, and what time is that?
That's gonna
After we
be
finish?
whenever we get done with the
Okay.
minding.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
And then Moochie, you always got a lot of things going on. Y'all got to check out her
Mm-hmm.
page. She got so much content. You can be watching from here to the rest of the year. So she got a lot of stuff going on there.
Thank you.
Yep.
So, which I know
And
you got something good coming up this week, right?
yes, we got tomorrow. Well, actually, we doing a recap, but EJ's hosting it Tuesday. Set it off Wednesday.
Okay.
Mayor of Kingstown, and I think that's it, right? I know we're
I
supposed to do a movie this Thursday, but I don't know. I don't know if we do took a break. I got to get back with EJ and them, but don't
BMF. You just
Mhm.
forget.
did BMF, I
Oh,
think.
and
Yeah.
then BMF again. It
Mhm.
Yeah, because it's an episode.
It's
This
the
I know they're
last
gonna
one
take a
before the
break.
break, right?
They are gonna get a break, but I think we do get an episode this week.
Yeah, I think this
Yeah.
episode, and then we get a break. I think. I
Mm,
believe. I'm
Oh,
not.
okay.
I
and you
forgot.
say Tuesday is Set It Off, right?
Mm-hmm.
I love that movie, Set
Ooh,
It
I'm gonna
Oh,
Off.
have to tap
yeah.
into that for sure.
hmm
Yeah.
Yeah, I love.
Okay.
I ain't seen it in a minute too, so
Mm-hmm.
And I
that'll be a
love
good
that y'all
refresh.
covering the mayor of Kingstown, because man, that is my show.
Yes, it's
They
gonna
they
Yeah.
be
they
on
got me
TV,
watching now.
y'all.
Yeah, so it's
So
yeah.
we catching up with that with the first two
hmm
seasons.
Oh,
So
yeah, I
Yep.
we
forgot.
will
I'll
be
be
on
doing that.
episode 4 and 5.
Yeah.
So
4 and
that's the
5.
episodes
Yeah,
we doing this Wednesday.
Wednesday. Yeah,
Wednesday.
Wednesday
Yeah.
at what? What are we
Wednesday at
doing? At
10.
10 at 10. Okay. Okay.
Did you watch the end
Yeah,
of the episode, Inga?
She watched and went
yeah,
ahead, I believe.
that, yeah, yeah. Because I was only like 10 minutes. I had only missed that 10 minutes. But that last part when that guy went to they had him in the jet.
Mm,
Man,
mm.
Mm-mm-mm.
that was what
They
he
poked him
deserved
up
it. As far
bad.
as I don't feel
Yeah.
sorry for him. He deserved that.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah, sure
he
did.
deserved that. So, but it,
Mhm.
at 7:30, me, Miss Kara again, and Shanna's gonna come back and finish up the last part of this Ready to Love reunion. And these people just a mess. So we're just
Look at
tend
Miss
to them.
Carrie shaking her
Yeah,
A
head.
mess.
we're just saying.
A
Well,
hot ass
I
mess.
didn't
Okay.
realize it was going to be a two-parter because I could have, if it had just been one, we could have just finished it up, did it last week, but it was two parts. So I'm ready to be done with these people.
There's
So
two parts here.
this the last one. After that, I'm done with these people.
We're gonna wrap them
So
up.
yeah, just wrap it up, and then so that's so we had a double header today, but then this coming week, what else I we have going on? I don't have nothing planned for the week. Oh, well, I'm gonna do BMF when I'm gonna hook up with Moochie on Wednesday for Mad Kingstown, and then I guess my BMF would be either Friday or Saturday or Sunday or something, whatever. I don't have it scheduled yet, so
Are you gonna still do
um
Summer House, or you gave up?
I still like the show, but
You
I
still
think I'm gonna just probably watch it and just listen to y'all review.
okay?
I don't know because I'm
Yeah, I
already
gotta catch
behind
up
in
with
it now,
yours, Miss
so
Carrie, with
I'll
Summer
probably
House.
You
just
be throwing them up there too. I'll be like, oh, okay.
I know, and then again, I
Mhm.
might just go up there and do like a talk about a couple of episodes, and like
Live.
last time I just did 1 and 2. I might go, so who knows? So I'm
Yep.
trying to put stuff up there just to keep, I'm trying.
Well, you're
Uh,
doing a great job, Inga. I
Thanks,
like the way you
Tamika.
put this
Yeah.
Yes,
together.
you are.
Yeah,
Yes, yes, yes.
yeah, I'm trying to learn, and I definitely take all the any criticism, and anything that to help me. And so people been helping me behind the scenes. Tamika gave me pointers. Miss Kara stayed with me on the phone, helped me a little bit. Moochie definitely been helping me always along the way. And so so I'm just trying to learn. So hopefully the page will just keep growing. As long as I'm still having fun with it, which I am,
Right.
I'll keep doing it. But
Yep.
if but if it starts to get on my nerves, then I'll be on a break. So
Okay.
I'm
but
just
right now
happy to
I'm not
see
at that
y'all all
point yet.
progressing. Look, it's great. It's a
Yeah.
good look, y'all.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I always put something on the community page, just keeping in touch with people. I think people just like like want you to keep staying engaged with them.
Right.
So
Yeah.
Keep them in the
you
Yeah.
loop.
know,
Mm-hmm.
you
Mm.
like putting up shorts. I put up the shorts, throwing somebody in the fire, something like that. Because I think I guess
Yay.
one up there now, y'all, with Markeisha in the fire. Okay,
Yeah.
Ooh, she
I said
need it.
because uh um what's her name? Lawanda told me to throw Markeisha in the fire, so I had to do it. Lawanda called me on the phone,
That's
said Ginger
right.
Snap, throw her ass in the fire. So I said,
Oh,
get your ass in
Tamika.
that goddamn fire. And don't come back. You know what I'm saying? That we are sick of your ass. You know what I'm saying? So we tired of her. And so you never know
Yes,
who might end
Lord.
up in there, you know.
Mhm.
I said, LaWanda gave me good advice. Yeah. Now I'm trying to tell her to
Right.
stop fooling with Terry. Take your two children, go on about your
Right.
business, and let
Yes,
Okay.
Lord.
he can financially take care of you. Don't turn down the coin. Say he can
Right.
financially take care of your kids, but just stop
Mhm.
Okay.
sleeping with him. Stop sleeping with him.
Take the
Move your
Yes.
furs. Keep getting the gifts.
yeah, yeah.
But
Okay.
yeah.
And the van.
Hmm. Yeah,
Right. And the vans.
yeah. And her thirsty mama. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh.
Her
Actually,
mama
Yeah.
went.
we
Her
can
mama went to furs and all of those stuff. So
Her mama can go in the furnace too, though.
her mama can go in the
yeah, her mama
furnace
Mama
with
could
Wanda
go
all
to
said,
them
"What's
her.
in the
nightgowns
bag?"
and negligees. She be why you don't never got no
Yeah.
clothes on, lady?
Right.
Yeah,
You always walk around half naked.
yeah.
The lady of leisure.
The mother should have balled up her fist, and the two of them jumped Markeisha at the door. I don't
Yeah.
understand.
Well,
Period.
you know what? When she came there, I was surprised that it went down that civil. I thought it was gonna
Thank
be
you.
some hands and feet being put on each other, especially the way that what the Wanda's mother get down. She seemed like she'd be ready to scrap right on with her daughter.
Mhm.
But she's so busy smoking her Winstons or her Camels, and
Yeah,
she's sitting there. You know what I'm
That was a
saying? And
Newport.
yeah. I said she was smoking cools.
Yeah,
No.
it's one of them
Old
old
school.
school
Those is
cigarettes. It's either
old school
Cools,
smokers.
Winston's, Camels, Viceroys. It's one of them old school cigarettes. You know, the ones you
Mhm.
Not
can't
the
even hardly find
cools.
no more. You
Virginia
know,
Slims.
yeah,
Oh.
Virginia Slim. My mom used to smoke Virginia Slim. My mom
Oh,
used
that
to
is
smoke Virginia Slim,
funny.
and my dad used to smoke Benson and had this
Classy.
menthol. What was it? Because I used to have to go to the store to get them.
Ooh.
It was
I
Benson
know
and had this
somebody used to have to go to
menthol
the store for
deluxe,
them
menthol
cigarettes too
deluxe
when
in the
they
box.
had
I
We used to
remember that
call
like it
them
was I
bitches
was.
and hoes. You
Oh
gotta
my
go get your granny some bitches and hoes. Yeah, because they would sell the kids the cigarettes for the parents. Like, you gotta get your granny the
Oh my
bitches and
gosh.
Yeah,
hoes.
back then you could go into the store and get as a kid. I used to buy my parents cigarettes all the time. Neither one of them smoke anymore now, but they did. Everybody in my family smoked. Grandparents, aunts, uncles, older cut, all everybody smoked. Cigarettes was a
Yeah.
thing. Was a you know it
Right,
was
that was
always
the
cigarettes
thing.
and ashtrays everywhere. So but I never
Hmm.
got into the cigarettes. I never. Me and my sister didn't get into smoking cigarettes. But yeah, Paul Mall. That was another one. My grandfather used to smoke them. Yeah, so
Mm-mm.
but that's what his the Wanda mother doing, because
Mm-hmm.
it seemed like really Lucille is more the mama than her own mother. So, but
Right.
so yeah, she could go
Lucille
on the
was trying to
turn.
parent both of them, Wanda and her son.
Right.
A mess, a mess, a mess. All right, y'all. Well, let me see where my little thing at. Well, everybody, thank y'all for coming through, and we
Okay,
appreciate y'all.
music.
Either we appreciate y'all, and I'm sure this crew gonna get back together again because we're gonna probably find some other crazy true story like this. We'll find some more. There's plenty of them out
Yes.
there. So, and we'll take suggestions too. So, thanks for
Maybe
coming
so.
through. What'd you say?
Maybe December.
Yeah, May, December. Like, I'm gonna
Yeah,
check
May,
that out. Like,
December.
maybe we might talk about it. Yeah. So, thanks for coming through, y'all. See y'all next time.
Yes.
Ooh. Go Inga. 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 Go Inga.